production from Diami Brown and Brian Thomas Jr. It's 71 degrees at 2 o'clock time in Temp, brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, Lauren Brooks, Taylor Dahl, and Tom McManus. This is
Helmets and Heels.
Helmets and Heels on 1010XL.
Aaron Beasley is here, but that is not the breaking news of the day. Jakobi Meyers added to the Jacksonville Jaguars is, but we appreciate you joining us as always, Killa Bees. I'm guessing, though, that when you saw the news about Sauce Gardner and 2 first-round picks, that trade from the Jets to the Colts, that piqued your interest probably a little more than Jakobi Meyers from the Raiders to the Jags.
Yeah, especially the Colts. They're already tough on defense. And to add that, that's going to put them
big move.
Yeah, that is.
That trumps our move.
Yeah,
oh, you guys going to take him? We're
going
to go get him. Yeah.
We also didn't have 2 first-round picks to give.
That's right.
We don't even have one.
Yeah, good for them that they make a bold move. I mean, me and Bees were talking out in the it looks like a broadcast room, the newsroom out here at 1010, and talking about how do you beat them? Like, you got to get to Daniel Jones. You got to stop the run. But if you don't get to Daniel Jones, they're going to be a tough out. But if you can get to him, I think it's shown. He showed last week that there's definitely some dents in that armor like there have been.
Yeah, the problem is the Steelers have this awesome defensive front.
We're supposed to.
The Jaguars have not shown to have an awesome defensive front.
We're supposed to with Josh Hines down.
We are supposed to. We haven't quite seen it yet. But yeah, Jakobi Meyers, Taylor, when you first saw the news earlier today that broke on Jaguars today, what'd you think?
Yeah, I think that's one of the names that you've seen loosely kind of floating around. I remember tweets 3 weeks ago that was saying, here's the most likely guys to be traded, and Jakobi Meyers was at the top of that list. And I think as the last couple weeks have gone by and you're seeing more and more injuries happen to the receiving room, we talked about him yesterday, but now, you're talking about a BTJ injury. Travis Hunter, at least 3 more weeks in that. Brenton Strange, you get back on, I think it's November 16th.
Yep.
He's active. But how healthy is he? How quick can he come back out? And then, so now it's starting to pile up a little bit. And so I think you did have to get something done when it comes to that receiving room. We gave a lot of credit to Parker Washington, as we should have, but he can't do everything. So I like Jakobi Meyers. The stat is going around. He has the 3rd lowest drop rate in the NFL the last 2 years. That's exactly something you want to hear when you're talking about receivers coming to Jacksonville, because that's been an issue here. 8
touchdowns in 23, 4 touchdowns last year, none so far this year. So he's Mr. Reliable. So we're gonna find out how reliable those hands are, because we definitely need them. I think Parker Washington really made some great snags on Sunday with his hands, and they were coming in hot. So I think Jakobi's just gonna be another guy that we can count on, hopefully, with that passing game, and catch the rock and get some yak and get us into a good rhythm. But with the injuries, they had to do something. So good move on their part.
Yeah, Brian Thomas Jr. now has the low-grade high ankle sprain we found out earlier today. We knew he was dealing with some sort of ankle, but that gives us more information. But, yeah, it was funny. SportsCenter tweeted out a graphic of Jakobi Meyers in a Jaguars jersey, but it was the number 11 jersey, which is Parker Washington's number. And I was like,
Parker's like, hold on.
I don't think that's what that's going to look like. But, no, I do think, Bees, we talk about it so often. Are the drops because of Trevor Lawrence, or does Trevor Lawrence have just this bad luck where every receiver or tight end that comes through here tends to drop the ball?
It's probably a mix of both. I would say more towards Trevor. I don't like putting players down because it's a hard enough sport, and like everybody has to be great to be up there. But I just feel like the accuracy and the timing of his release. When you hold on to that ball just a fraction too long, I mean, that's why people get hurt crossing the middle. I always say when we played, we hit a lot more, and coming across the middle was like there's a mental part of that. And, what happens is, you come across there, the next time you don't want it. Right. But I always say it's the quarterback's fault for throwing it too late, because there's a set timing. I play my Madden, right? I play Madden, I got crossing routes coming, I'm throwing it quick. Let the guys get the ball, because it's a danger zone.
Yeah, Madden and the real games, those are the same thing.
I will say, though, that 2 throws, Bees, that were dead on target and on time was the deep out to Diami. That was perfect. Great throw, great time. Right, go figure. You do that, and a great catch, and he got his fingers in. And then the one to Brian Thomas Jr., the deep curl. I mean, he threw that before he turned around. Right, another one you'd use, yeah. But he threw it before he turned around. Right when he turned around, boom, he caught it, gave him a chance to do what? Get some yak. And look, I know Schlereth catches a lot of grief, but he was dead on early in his assessment of Trevor's like, man, even on his completions, there's a spot you got to put it in. But he got better throughout the game. He did. I think he made some really good on-time throws. So I want to see more of those and those bread and butter plays. You know, those out patterns we were talking about. We've been talking about here on the show.
But
boom.
Yeah. And then I would see the formation. Every time I saw him tight, Brian, I'm like, no, move him out. But then they moved him out, and then I think Parker hit a crossing route. But that's because he got able to clear these guys out because there's the threat of Brian Thomas running by you. And when he's out wider, he can do multiple things. When he's tight, I mean, you play outside leverage on him. Right. And that's what they were doing. They're putting outside leverage on him, jamming his outside shoulder, and it's harder to get downfield, and your timing gets off.
You're talking tight, meaning in the slot, instead of outside, being the outside receiver.
Give him some feel to operate. And like I said,
he's better out there.
When I saw that, I was like, man, just him being out there opens it up. Because Parker ran across, and it was a deep cross.
So where was Jakobi? Where would Jakobi fit in on the offense? Is he more of an outside guy? Is he more of a slot guy?
I think he'll be more of a slot. I think he'll be more slot, and then Parker will then play outside a little bit more.
I just think he's so much more reliable, and his consistency catching the ball. You want him closer to Trevor. You know what I mean? I feel like
he can makes sense.
He's
not too far.
You know, he's older and he's a vet, so he knows how to work. You know, the holes in the zones and everything.
And we put Parker in the slot because of his size, right? His stature. He reminds us of Christian Kirk, but he can do it all. That's the good news.
We've seen it last year. He had to in moments, and you saw him play well in times when he needed to.
He's just not a burner, but he can set you up. Like, he's quick, so he can set you up and get by you on a deep route. But he's not like, I'm going to line up outside and beat you one-on-one. He's more in the slot. He's too quick. I mean, he's tough out, one-on-one inside the middle of the field. So be interesting having them both in there. There'll be times that happens, and they'll have to slide one of them out. There's no doubt.
Yeah. And I feel like he's fast enough because we've seen what he's been able to do with his return game. And you have to have some quick agility
and stuff. But he's got speed. He's got enough speed.
I mean, they're down their number one wide receiver in Brian Thomas Jr. potentially. Obviously, they're down Travis Hunter, who was another one of your best receivers, and he's out for at least 3 more games. And hopefully it sounds like it's not a torn ACL, which is certainly good news. De'Ami Brown went into concussion protocol, so we don't know what that looks like. And then certainly Parker Washington is your 4th guy. They absolutely had to trade for a wide receiver today.
They had to.
Yeah, and I think that for this too, Jakobi Meyers, he's trying to earn a contract right now. Also, it's a rental for the season is pretty much what you gave up those 2 picks for. And so, but that makes me confident in him too, because he's coming here being like, well, I'm trying to get paid again, so let me play to get paid. And then the Jags are in a position where they really need it. So I do think that maybe some people think it's a little bit of an overpay, but I do think that in a situation like this, you really needed it. Yep. And I think for Jakobi Meyers, it's I'm still wanting to play, and I want to make some money.
Yeah. And I read all his guaranteed money's gone, so they don't owe him any more guaranteed
contract-wise,
money.
he's done
on the contract. So they're a good position, contract-wise, player-wise, and what they needed on the team.
Yeah, sometimes trades work out for both sides. It certainly feels like this for the Jags, and obviously going back to the Sauce Gardner to the Colts for the Jets trade, 2 first-round picks that the Jets get is great for them to build moving forward. I don't think they have their quarterback, and so certainly they're trying to assess how they rebuild. Yeah, for the Colts, if Sauce Gardner continues to be, I should say, a shutdown number 1 corner, is 2 first-round draft picks worth it?
Yes. Yes. I mean, he's a young player, already into a long-term deal. I don't think they have any big-name defensive backs like that of his stature. So, I mean, he's the number 1 guy.
Yeah, he's one of the best.
You can't find them. You can't find
they don't grow on
those.
trees.
Exactly.
And
6'4", 6'3", 200-pound corner.
And the deal they had because of the timing of it too, they're getting a deal contract-wise moving forward when it comes to the numbers they're going to be paying him, just because the contract was already done with the Jets and they're taking that. So now they get to take an older contract that wasn't set in for almost 3 years, and they're getting a cornerback value from 2.5, almost 3 years ago. And so I do think that one, if he continues to be what we've seen Sauce be, and I don't doubt that he can still be that.
They have
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
No, you.
I was just going to say the Colts have good players at all three levels.
Yeah,
now, like
they do.
star players at all three levels.
You got to say their
on the
D-line's
defense.
really good,
Yeah.
so help whoever's back
And Zaire
there.
Franklin is excellent.
Oh, he's awesome. Number 44.
Yeah.
I love him as a backer.
And now you have Sauce in addition to Cam Bynum and Kenny Moore, the nickel.
Yep.
I just don't like GMs who trade in the conference, though. You know, like Dallas trading Parsons to Green Bay. You're going to have to see that guy eventually.
Yeah.
You know, even the Jets, if they,
Possibly.
if he, you know, whatever happens.
Yeah, I
to
feel like
them.
people are more anti-division than they are conference. But
no. I want him out of
mainly
my-
'cause
Well,
they
anybody
can't
trading
get
Micah
back.
If you're the
Parsons.
Jets, you got to do them. I mean, it's two
Yeah.
first rounders. You
Right.
got to have
Nobody
one.
else is
Yeah,
gonna
it
You got to
depends on
find a
who's gonna
quarterback.
That's what
Nobody
I'm
else
sure
is
they
gonna
called. They
match.
picked up the phone and heard 2 first, and we're like, oh.
Here,
Yeah, different.
there you go.
Yeah. Love you, Sauce, but we got to.
We saved some money, too. Save some money.
Yeah, what an interesting situation to be the Colts. You're obviously ahead of where people thought you would be. You are coming off of a game though where your quarterback did not have a great performance, and now you're acquiring this stud cornerback, and you feel like you're a team that maybe not is going to win the AFC, but certainly you're in the
Battle for
mix.
it,
You have one
yeah.
of the best records in all the NFL, and then you have him come into your locker room mid-season.
Yeah.
It is interesting.
I think they have one of the better rosters, honestly, in the NFL. When you go through their offensive line, they have a top 2 offensive line right now. So if you're talking about all 5 guys, if not 4 of the 5 play top at their position, including Quentin Nelson, who's probably the best, if not top 2 at his position. And then you talk, now they just keep adding on these other players. But the one issue coming in the season was quarterback, and Daniel Jones has played well. So I think for them, they're like, you have Jonathan Taylor, a really good offensive line. You have good weapons. You have one of the best young tight ends in the NFL. And now your defense just keeps getting better.
And a good coach in Shane Steichen.
Yeah.
Because we talk about what he did when he didn't have a good quarterback prior to this.
And he brings swag, you
Yeah.
know. And look, they're all you know, I know we just left Vegas, but all chips are in on this season. I mean, that's what they're doing. I mean, they're saying, hey, we got a shot to win the title this year. Let's go all in and get one of the best young DBs in the game.
I'm just hoping that the performance we saw against the Steelers of one Daniel
Yeah, of
Jones
course.
is more what we're going to see the rest of the season. All right. On the other side, I want to get into some things that we've learned since the Jaguars left Vegas about this team. You are listening to Helmets and Heels on 1010X on 92.5 FM.
Helmets and Heels.
Brought for you by Green Law Group on 1010XL. Post-game Monday is like digesting a huge day of football.
Let's do this.
Expert analysis of Sunday's game all day.
It's not great. It's fantastic.
Sink your teeth into Dandy Foods Post-game Monday
So delicious.
on 1010XL.
Duval.
Yes, you heard that right. We love being in Duval County, and we love this city. So during football season, it's absolutely Luval around here. Hey, it's Don from Taco Lou, and yes, it is that time of year again. I know everyone's working hard all week getting ready for game day. Taco Lou is ready for you. If it's pregame, if it's postgame, during the game. No matter what your game is, enjoy it with us at Taco Lou in Jacksonville Beach.
Duval.
It's a Helmets and Heels Tuesday.
Backed by Morgan & Morgan. For the people. Dial pound law.
Our son Eric's a Division I collegiate baseball pitcher who is having shoulder pain. We took him to Southeast Orthopedic Specialists and are confident that he's now on the road to recovery. This is Beth Anderson, and we love the care Eric receives at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Sports fans, this is David Garrard here. And if you're suffering from orthopedic soreness, make an appointment at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where everyone is treated like a pro.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Home is where your story begins. And at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, we're here to make it the healthiest, most comfortable place it could be. Whether it's fresh, clean air, dependable plumbing, or reliable power, we take care of it all. From routine maintenance to state-of-the-art solutions, Donovan keeps your home running smoothly. Because at Donovan, we believe your home isn't just where you live, it's where your health meets comfort. Call Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing at 904-270-COOL or visit us online. Let's make your home healthier, safer, and better together.
Hi, folks. It's Frank Frangie. Did you know that individuals over age 60 have great results on Awaken 180? See how you could drop weight and get off your medications in just 3 months with Awaken 180's Golden Program. Visit Awaken180weightloss.com.
It's about the hunt.
Captain Kevin Favor here with Captain Kirk and Jeff Lagerman. We take you from the water to the woods.
On the Nimnicht Outdoors Show. Presented by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning.
Let's go to the woods, y'all.
Saturday mornings from 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
San Jose Collision is hiring for an automotive detailer and porter. If you're detail-oriented, dependable, and love working with cars, apply in person at San Jose Collision in Mandarin. Valid driver's license required.
This is Jeff Middlecoff with Cogent Bank. My associate Ryan Salem and I joined Cogent Bank because we wanted to revolutionize the mortgage business, just like Cogent Bank has revolutionized the banking business. So Ryan Salem and I are able to leverage the power and stability of Cogent Bank to go out and find our clients the best investors, the best products, and the best rates in the entire country for your particular mortgage loan. Of course, you don't have to be a customer at Cogent Bank to take advantage of our mortgage services to buy or refinance your home. We offer jumbo loans, VA, FHA, conventional, and investment loans. At Cogent Bank, we offer mortgages nationwide, so we can help you with a second home or help a family member who lives or is moving to another state. Call Ryan Salem or myself, Jeff Middlecoff, at Cogent Bank today, 904-442-9191, to see how we can help you with any of your mortgage loan needs, whatever or wherever they may be.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, Cogent Bank, NMLS ID 402296. Find Salem, NMLS ID 1182429. Jeff Middlecoff, NMLS ID 249086.
Have you ever dreamed of owning a handcrafted cabin tucked into a 1,000-acre regenerative farm? Well, now you can. This is Frank Frangie for the farm in Okefenokee, just an hour north of Jacksonville in Folkston. With only 250 cabins at full build-out, it's a rare chance to live off-grid, but not alone, in a community grounded in nature, food, and purpose. The amenities include a 2,300-acre hunting lease. Learn more at okefarm.com. That's okefarm.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
Taylor Bell, Tom McManus, Aaron Beasley, RJ Saunders, I'm Lauren Brooks with you, hanging out on this Tuesday afternoon. And, of course, the trade deadline comes up in under 2 hours. We were just talking about the Jaguars and the Colts, the moves that they've made. Well, a lot of Jaguars fans were hoping for Pro Bowl defensive tackle Quinnen Williams from the Jets to come on down to Duval. Unfortunately, Jerry Jones gets the best of this one, although he did trade away Micah Parsons to the Packers. And now he's added Logan Wilson from the Bengals, a linebacker, and now Quinnen Williams. So he's still trying to replace what he lost on the defensive side with Micah.
Kenneth Walker was in that trade in the beginning, so
and
he has a lot of
true.
DTs. But
yeah,
That guy's a stud. Quinnen.
Yeah, he's insane.
We drafted his brother, who Jags did
I
once
know.
upon a time in Quincy Williams, and then Jags ended up letting him go up to New York, and then he reunited with Quinnen, but now Quinnen heads to the Cowboys.
Yeah, the Cowboys sending a first. The Jets just picked up 3 first-round picks in like an hour and a half. So good day for them, at least building future-wise.
Time to sell.
Right.
Yeah.
They only have one win, so they're not going to,
why not?
be anywhere better than probably or worse than like a top 5 pick. So they're not going to probably need to package things to get the quarterback that they want. They'll be able to use their first pick on a quarterback.
Defense wins championships, but you need a quarterback. You know what I mean? They're like, we need a quarterback. I mean, that's what we're doing. I mean, we got to have a stud quarterback.
Are they tanking?
Well, they're selling.
Yeah.
I mean, they're letting all the ships
They got
off
a yard
the
sale.
That's for sure.
Yeah, look,
Good for them.
At the end of the day, I feel like Jerry Jones is someone, we've talked about this, he needs attention. He got bad attention, negative attention, obviously, when he trades away Micah. People didn't understand why on earth he would do that. I still don't understand why he would do that if you're
Because
trying
they needed to
win.
stop the run.
Yeah, sure.
That's what they said.
Yeah, I watched that game last night. They didn't stop anything against the Cardinals, but Jerry Jones, he wants to constantly make splash moves. And if I'm a Cowboys fan, I'm frustrated because you haven't made enough splash moves to make up for the splash move that you made in taking Parsons away.
Yeah, actually, last we heard of Jerry, he was more concerned about the $100 billion valuation that one of his oil rigs had. He's like, what defense? What are you talking about? I got this $100 billion valuation, and I think he regrets saying that. But he goes out and grabs one of the best D tackles. I mean, he's got to know you got to be better up front. There's no doubt about that. I think Dak's still a good quarterback. I know last night look, I actually picked the Cardinals. I don't know. I thought Kyler was going to be back. And then I was like, Jakobi, okay, see what happens. But he's slow and steady. He's like a tortoise. You know what I mean? And a race against the hair.
I feel like
He
there's a
just
lot of
makes good
quarterbacks,
throws.
like journeyman quarterbacks
That's
in
what
the
you need.
NFL, Joe
that's what you
Flacco and
need,
Geno
exactly.
Smith, yeah,
You know?
and certainly Jacoby Brissett that can pick apart defenses because of all their experience. I saw him.
And
It
they're
was like,
accurate.
it was like Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Ryan Fitzpatrick is another good example of that, and all of those quarterbacks have beaten the Jaguars. By the way, I saw Jerry Jones on SportsCenter last night, and he kept alluding to and hinting at this big trade that was coming today. And so when the news broke this morning that it was Logan Wilson, the linebacker from the Bengals, going to the Cowboys, everyone got so frustrated with Jerry
That's
Jones.
not
Like,
big.
that's the move for a 7th rounder? And then obviously this now, Quentin Williams in the 1st, that makes more sense.
And Wilson's a good backer. Sorry to cut you
no,
off.
go
Wilson's
ahead.
a good backer.
Yeah, I was just about to say the Jakobi Meyers, because someone on the text line brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures mentioned that he is almost 50-50 split in inside and slot in his career. So I wanted to see the
Okay,
numbers.
good.
50.9 of his career snaps in the slot, 48.6 on the boundary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me throw
Very versatile.
something at you, right? Because I think I saw he had a 1.8% career drop rate, right? So he's one of the lowest in
Yep.
the league.
Very
So
low.
last year, he had 87 catches, 1,000 yards, just over, and 4 touchdowns. But he had 129 targets. That's 42 misses. Are those misses?
Who was their quarterback?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who was their quarterback
Exactly.
last year?
There's your
Gardner.
Well, listen, he had
They
87
went through different
receptions.
pieces last year.
He obviously had.
You
I think
don't
they had
even
like 4
remember
quarterbacks
who it
last year.
was.
But yeah.
There's your
but
answer.
23, he had 71 for 106. That's over 30. That's 35. Like,
Well,
so the
targets
A
can
lot
be
of those are-
overthrows and
yeah.
underthrows. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess he has to have it
Tipped,
on
pass
his
it,
hands.
tipped, all of those are taken out of that. So
Incompletions are different, obviously. That's a quarterback stat. but
Yeah.
that leads to something different than drops.
I think we need a clear definition of drops. I don't think there's one out there.
I don't think there is. My definition is always if you can get 2 hands on the football,
2 hands.
you absolutely have to catch it. If
Totally.
it hits you in the numbers, I don't care which way you're going. If it hits you in the numbers, then that's a drop. And yes, you have to be in sync with your quarterback. But those to me are drops.
And that's when it gets even tick-tacky there, though, because if someone's having to like dive and you're horizontal and you hit the ground, but your hands are under it, but it pops out, is that really a drop? Because you were making the bigger move to try and catch that ball. That's why it's such a gray area. I don't know if we're ever going to have an exact like this is a drop.
I don't think that's a drop.
Yeah.
No,
If
I mean,
you're
that's what I'm
extending-
saying.
if you're
I agree
having-
if it hits you in the hands or the bread basket. You got, I mean, you got
Yeah,
just
when you're
one.
upright.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, there's clearly been drops for the Jaguars this season. I think we can all agree to that. All right, so what are some things that you've learned since the Jaguars left Vegas? I will start with this. The jumbo package is here to stay. I think they are going to use the extra offensive linemen, especially while they have some tight end injuries. I think the extra offensive linemen and running the football is how this team is going to try to be physical. And they also, I think, believe that the balance, like we talked about yesterday with running versus passing, is something that's important for them. So to me, the jumbo package and extra offensive linemen, we're going to see that the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's helped them a ton. I think you're seeing it around the league that they're using that more. The Bears are using that quite a bit with Ozzie. You saw a little bit of it last night. But, hey, man, I think Van Lanen's a great lineman. I think he's proved that he's very tough. Adoga is very physical. So you have no problem with them being on the line, right, wherever that may be. I'm going to look at the defense. It's the same. You know, I don't care about records being tied. I don't care about any of that. The past, I don't know how many games they keep giving up leads. And you can make excuses for them and this and that, but at the end of the day, their job is to hold the lead. And when my quarterback gets the lead, and he has done that multiple times, and not just last Sunday, throughout the year, you've given teams a chance to come back. They go right down the field on you, and it drives me absolutely nuts. So that's got to change if we're really going to be a playoff contender. Our defense has got to shore it up and get off the field. They were 70%. Right now, they're at 42%. On third down. They got to be better than that. So I wish I could say the defense is better. I think early with all the takeaways they were, but since then they have really cooled their jets, and they're not a very good defense, in my opinion. They're good against the run. There's no question. 3.8 yards per carry. They've been physical. But against the pass and getting to the quarterback, they have not been good enough. So hopefully
Do you think
that can
Devin
change.
Lloyd returning changes that, or is that not enough?
Yeah, for sure, Lauren. I've been going back and forth. And I don't know if you have anybody, but it may be time to bench Dewey. I mean, he keeps giving up the tight end. He gave it up again. He lost him in coverage in the end zone. And Bowers is great. They should have helped him out. I get it. But your job is to cover that's your guy.
Yeah, I heard Log say this morning that their plan was most likely to have Jordan Lewis on Brock Bowers a lot, and the moment that he went out, and I'm not.
I know,
again, I'm not
that's
making
too
an
bad.
excuse,
I'm just saying
but when I heard that, I thought, well,
that's part of the game.
Yeah, that does change the plan. The problem with benching Dewey this past Sunday,
We don't know who you go with, right?
because Eric Murray was already put on IR, and
Right.
so and then
And
Jordan
Antonio
went out.
Johnson's doing the whirly bird.
He's lost in the end zone.
Wondering where he's at.
At the very end of the game, he didn't.
I think his head was
He was
spinning.
pretty good, I think, throughout most
I
of the
like
game.
him. He's
Antonio
physical
Johnson.
as can be.
Right,
man. I
against
like
the
him a
run for
lot.
sure.
No doubt.
Okay.
I just like when you talk about the secondary, the thing I see is what you guys are talking about is like we don't have a certain guy for a certain type of defense. Like we don't have good enough zone corners that can play zone from press maybe and not give up free releases like we've been doing all year. You know, I don't think our linebackers are have enough agility to stay on the slot guys. You know, and you know that's the one thing. It all has to work together, and like our D line isn't getting there.
Yep.
So it's like you're kind of stuck as a coach because you don't want to blitz and put too much pressure on these guys.
They're blitzing, but they're getting blocked. I mean, the backers are coming.
And
They
then once-
block him up, at least on Sunday.
And that's tough on the secondary because once he gets that extra look,
it hurts you.
Now things happen in the timing of your thought process. You know, like when I'm back there with Tony Brackens, it's like set hut 1, 2, 3, the ball better be going, so I can play more aggressive, and you know that takes away your confidence as a DB. You know, when if there's a lot of time all game and the quarterback's almost playing like 7-on-7. It's harder as a defensive back.
Absolutely. Well, and that shell coverage with no pressure, I mean, they're going to catch passes, and then you got to be sure tacklers. And it puts a lot of pressure. I mean, that open field tackling is no joke. I mean, these guys are so, I mean, I fall on my face all the time, but even guys that are athletic like bees, it's hard to open field tackle. And we had some good ones on Sunday. There were some good ones. The Lewican had a really good one in the open field. Miller helped him out. So that happens. Let me ask you this, because I think, and they said it on TV, and I think they were right. When Buster had his pick, I think they switched it to press. And he made a jump. He jumped that route. So he must have been seeing something, you know, or guessed right, but whatever. It was a great play at a really good time. So I wonder if they change up the coverage in that and allowed him to be more aggressive to make that jump. Because when you're off coverage and you guess, you better guess right because that guy's gone.
And that's the thing. I wasn't fast as a defensive back. I was more quick than fast. So I really relied on slowing them down to work with the rhythm of the D line. You know, if I always thought if I can get this guy off of his line, off his marker where he wants to release, then I can affect the play. At the same time, you know, when these guys practice, they're out there by themselves. You know, so all the timing is like it's choreography. You know what I mean? So they know exactly where they want to throw the ball on a go route. So if I can get him off his marker just a little bit, or just to get him to stutter. And I just don't see that. I don't see us even in cover 2. I don't see us jamming. I see we just shuffle out of there and we don't get any contact on these guys. A free release is like I said, the guys out there just throwing the ball.
Yep.
And that's the same up front, because when you're talking about the pressure, that's one of the things that I feel like the Jags have to figure out in some way. And I don't really know what the answer to that is right now, because Josh Hines-Allen isn't getting what you want him or expect him to do. Trayvon Walker got ejected from the game, so we don't know what that would have looked like throughout, and he's had an injury. But still, in general, these two defensive ends you were talking about a lot coming into this season, and they were ones that a lot of people were talking around the league about how they could be the two guys with X amount of sacks throughout, and we're just not seeing that. So I do think you have to be able to create that. But even if you're not, we've talked about the pressures, you know, all of those things, but what a Max Crosby does, and when you talk about just interfering with the play, it doesn't always directly go to that box score. Even if you're doing some of that, and I don't even think you're seeing that enough at this point, of just making the quarterback have to reevaluate what he's doing in those moments.
He I don't want to say Max goes rogue, but he takes a lot. He reminds me of Junior Seau. Junior used to shoot the gap all the time. Like, and part of the time he was guessing, part of it was educated guesses, and he would make the play. And if you make the play, you could do whatever you want. It's amazing how thin he gets on a double team.
Yeah.
He gets so thin that they can't even block him, and he's so quick and long. He can do the swim move, but his quickness is unbelievable. He's just one of those players. I don't know how many guys could block block him one-on-one for an entire game. I really don't. I don't know how you'd be able to handle him one-on-one for an entire game. So, look, he's one of those players. And thank goodness they only had one. Yeah. You know what I mean? But he definitely can wreak some havoc.
And Trey Hendrickson, by the way, that's how you get a better pass rush.
They're out there somewhere.
Trey Hendrickson.
And Lauren, so to mine, I would say in general, and right now you're kind of forced to do it. But even if you weren't being forced with injuries at this point in time, Parker Washington has to be a bigger part of your offense right now. I just feel like the consistency when it comes to some of the things he can do, the catches he makes. We were talking about those yards after contact and yards after catch yesterday, and those are some of the things that create bigger plays. And you saw that moment when we went back and you're breaking it down. It's Etienne and Parker Washington, and you don't win without those two guys. So I don't want that to go away if, hopefully we do see BTJ start healthy and you start figuring things out there. Jakobi Meyers comes in and is making good plays. I don't want Parker Washington to be pushed out of this offense because I think he makes it better consistently.
It is so interesting. Agreed. The Jags go to New Orleans and they end up bringing Colin Saunders back to Jacksonville.
They've done it 3 times now.
Yeah.
Because then it was Houston.
And then it was...
And then now Vegas.
Yeah,
and still
Vegas.
Not playing.
No, Colin Saunders still isn't playing.
Yeah, it's wild.
I feel like it has to do with Devon Hamilton is exceeding expectations.
He's done really
and
good,
so therefore they preferred more of the extra 3 techniques than they do the true depth at nose tackle.
Maybe.
Yeah, and I mean that's at least what they've shown us as far as on the field goes. All right, we'll keep the Jaguars conversation going as well as have Tom's takeaways on the other side. You're listening to Helmets and Heels on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Helmets and Heels.
Backed by Green Law Group on 1010XL.
Do you have numbness and tingling in your fingers? Or wake up at night and have to shake your hand? Hi, I'm Dr. George Bari, and at Bari Orthopedics, we have a myriad of treatments that could possibly help you. If you have numbness and tingling, you may have carpal tunnel. You have cortisone injections, PRP injections, and shockwave therapy that may help treat the numbness and tingling that you have. We also treat it surgically with endoscopic carpal tunnel release, a 2-centimeter incision that will release the nerve and have you back at work and doing what you want to do in life in no time. If you have numbness and tingling in your hand, give us a call at Bari Orthopedics or log on at bariorthopedics.com.
Clogged toilet, too much paper, deeper blockages, or one of your child's Hot Wheels could be the culprit. Superior Plumbing and Pipeline handles toilet clogs fast. If your toilet's clogged, make the superior choice. Learn more at superiorplumbingjacks.com.
Helmets and Heels Tuesday, protected by Morgan & Morgan.
It's holiday season and it's not too late to find the perfect spot to celebrate with your team. Fourscore is a place that brings the energy, where great food, craft drinks, and unreal vibes meet cutting-edge full-swing simulators. Don't play golf? Do not worry. With over 40 interactive games, Fourscore has something that everyone will enjoy. Perfect for company outings, birthdays, and even private events that go beyond the ordinary. With locations in historic San Marco and centrally located Gate Parkway, Fourscore is ready to make your next celebration unforgettable. Hit the easy button and book your event today at fourscoregolf.com.
Lauren Brooks here from my friends at Terminix. When mice and rats show up in your home or business, they can be a real pain. You need them out fast before they have time to multiply. Terminix knows how to shut down rodents, and they'll keep them from coming back to wreak more havoc. When rodents show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with a rodent problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule your free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com.
No more climbing ladders or tree shopping or untangling lights. Nope, Kuhn Flowers will take care of it for you this fall when you schedule their holiday home decorating team. This is JJ with 1010XL, and now is a good time to call on Kuhn Flowers. They'll do it all this fall.
Now the Performance Painting High Performance Play of the Game. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
This Jacksonville group went for broke while in Vegas, and the chips would fall in their favor. While in overtime, Trevor Lawrence would find the end zone for a 1-yard score, giving the squad a 30-23 lead in the extra period. The Lawrence score is your Performance Painting Play of the Game.
Hi folks, Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Ever wonder what to do with leftover paint that you don't want? Here's a few options. Paint can be placed in the regular trash if it's dry. Simply stir in kitty litter to a thick consistency. Then wait a few days with the lid off till it dries. Also, if the paint is good, there's many charities or churches that would love to have it. If you'd like more tips or have a project, we'd love to help. Go to performance-painting.com. Performance Painting. Repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just a job, but an experience, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. Hurricanes happen in Florida. That's not news. But what happens even more often than hurricanes are home break-ins. And if security is important to you, you might want to look into hurricane-rated impact windows.
What you may not know is that hurricane-rated impact windows not only help protect your home in case of a hurricane, but they also offer another level of security for your home.
Have you seen those videos on YouTube that show people trying to break through an impact window? A thief is way too lazy to spend his energy trying to break through one of our impact windows. That's why he doesn't have a real job like you. He'd rather break your non-impact window while you're at work. Window World has high-quality, very affordable hurricane-rated impact windows to help protect your home from hurricanes and from lazy thieves.
Call us today at 904-443-7001. Get a free estimate and see for yourself. You save energy, get more security, and the windows add value to your home. With all Window World windows, you get the best guarantee in the window replacement business.
Window World, simply the best for less. And thank you for your business.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Tom McManus, Killa B's in the house. Taylor Dollar, Jay Saunders. I'm Lauren Brooks with you. I do feel like Jakobi Meyers is a referendum on Trevor Lawrence because of this low drop rate. Now, the moment he drops his first football, some of the fans in this county are going to lose their ever-loving mind. Again, there's already people that absolutely hate Trevor Lawrence. There's people that absolutely love Trevor Lawrence. I understand a lot of us are somewhere in the middle. But if Jakobi Meyers starts to have a drop problem, the people that already hate Trevor Lawrence are going to want to ship him out of town even faster.
Yeah, well, that's just part of the business. You know, comes with the territory when you're a NFL franchise QB, you know, that hasn't met expectations just yet. And hopefully, you know, look, I will say his passer stats were not very good. They were okay on Sunday. But him taking off and running, him finding the way to lead his team down the field, to bring them back multiple times. I know other guys had obviously a big hand in it, but I got to give him a lot of credit. He made some really good throws, made some good decisions. Obviously, after that 17-play debacle at the end, but whatever, you learn from it. But you know, look, it'd be great if things would really start clicking. We keep saying that, so I guess I got to stop saying that. It is what it is. But look, if they can find ways to win, that's all it really matters. You don't get, style points for how many, how much you beat them by. At the end of the day, if you win that game, man, that's a W in your column, and you got a chance to make that postseason.
Yeah, not easy on the heart every Sunday, but
true. No, you're right. Yeah, or the heart. Yeah, right.
The thing
blood pressure.
I think one thing we overlook is a team actually believing in their quarterback this much and keeping him. Like we just talked about the Browns, their quarterback issue would have been solved with Baker. The Jets with Darnold.
The Panthers had both Baker and Sam Darnold on their team at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, they're playing good though. They're playing good.
They're definitely playing better. But yeah, that's a great point. Is the lack of patience. We've talked about that. I think it was Kevin O'Connell, right, for the Vikings, that said there's a widespread league problem with the lack of patience with these young quarterbacks. It is going to take some time. The problem is the outliers, like Stroud's first season, Jaden Daniels' rookie season.
Yeah. Right. But look at him now.
No, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And both are injured.
It's a 50-50.
I do think some teams historically, organizationally, have had issues developing. Like they'll find the quarterback, but they can't develop the quarterback. Then that quarterback goes somewhere else, and the Jets are an example of that. The Panthers are an example of that. But now Bryce Young is playing decent, and the team looks pretty good. But I do think that when you're talking about, I wonder, because obviously the Jags gave Trevor Lawrence his contract before this regime got here. I wonder if they hadn't, and he was playing on a fifth-year option, what those conversations look like right now, because I feel like that could be drastically different at this point in time. How much are you willing to pay Trevor Lawrence if you're James Gladstone and Liam Cohen and Tony Baselli and all of these guys making this decision through this amount of right now if he was playing on that fifth-year contract?
I think, and look, as we all know, when you're a high pick quarterback, a lot of times you're not going to a very good team. Your O-line sucks. You're going to get killed. that's when quarterbacks get broken, and especially rookies, because A, they're confused, B, they're getting killed, and, C, they don't have enough weapons to really, make it happen.
Yeah.
Then over time, they invest, and then hopefully you've invested enough to where you've got everything else in place and you got your quarterback still, which I feel this is what Trevor has for him. I mean, they're not the best at every position, but they got enough talent around the entire roster for Trevor Lawrence to lead this team to victory. There's no question about that. So hopefully that can continue. This is a big game coming up. Like this, I don't know if they're all must win, but it feels like, man, you go to Houston, and I heard Dempsey earlier on Jaguars today, bury them, they're done. Like you sweep them, you don't have to worry about them.
You get to 6 and 3
at all.
there,
It's
3 and
over.
6.
Say smell you later to next year. At least as far as in the division, and you continue to grow and win. But listen, I think at the end of the day, with Trev, he's got everything in place. They added another weapon. Here it is. Go continue to get better. Continue to grow. Continue to throw on time, like you've been a little bit better as of late. And let's lead this team. And then Gladstone's gonna be like, damn, I'm glad they gave him that contract, because I would have to pay him $10 million more.
It would have gone up. Yeah, I loved on Sunday the Wildcat with Travis Etienne and the trick play. Liam Cohen talked about it yesterday, that in practice Travis Etienne threw a great pass.
Yeah, right.
And then Trevor, of course, cut it and then threw the ball.
Fright.
Yeah, but that didn't go according to plan, even though it still was almost completed because Trevor did such a great job. But I love that Liam Cohen's now incorporating some other things into the playbook. It felt to me like it had gotten a little stale against the Seahawks and the Rams. All right.
Fair. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
Time now for your takeaways. Let's see. Let's see if that has anything to do with the offense.
Now.
Okay, it's go time.
Tommy's Takeaways. Jacked up by J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling. Call 506-1256 for your free estimate today. We are here for you. Veteran owned and operated.
Well, it's not about the offense today, but it is about the trade deadline. It's interesting to see across the league buyers and sellers, getting rid of guys to get draft picks like the Jets are adding guys to hopefully help you make a run towards the playoffs. And it's exciting, man. You see where Quinnen Williams goes to the Cowboys. Do I think they're in a run for the playoffs? No, but Jerry Jones knows he's got to have some of a defense if he's going to have a chance to do anything this year. And of course, with that big contract of Dak Prescott, you better build up that defense. Of course, Cowboys making moves. We make moves. The Saints trade Shaheed, the wide receiver, to the Seahawks. They're making moves. It's great. I mean, you think of like Sauce Gardner to the Indianapolis Colts. Like, they're all in. Like, let's go for it. Here we go. And guess what? When you don't win the title, then you have to start chipping away and getting rid of guys. And we saw that in 1999. We went for it. I mean, Carnell Lake, right? I mean, that was a big acquisition. The outside backer, help me out, who played Bryce Paup. I mean, he was another big addition. We went for it in 99. We went to build this team, to go for a title, and we almost got there. And then what happened? Little by little, we had to get rid of who? Baselli. We got rid of Seth Payne. We got rid of Gary Walker. We got rid of Keenan McCardell. We got rid of Mike Hollis. And that's what happened. So I think it's fascinating. The Colts especially, are like, let's go all in and see what happens. And I like what the Jets are doing, because they're like, here you go, because we're going to build for the future, and we'll take all these first-round picks. Exciting times with about an hour and 20 minutes to go to the 4 p.m. deadline of the NFL trade deadline. And that's my takeaway, brought to you by J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling.
Yeah, you have to wonder, Taylor, if the Jets are done or if there are other pieces that they're willing to discard at this point.
Like, who do you guys want?
Garrett Wilson
the auction.
Right.
Hey, that's what Garrett.
I wonder if there are any other stars that they're just sitting there going, well, we're in complete rebuild mode, so you can have them and we'll take draft capital. Bees, things didn't go well this past week?
No, not this week. We lost 34-27.
Ooh, close.
Yeah, we had the ball last and just couldn't get it. It was a tough game.
Was that the end of the season for Duval Charter?
Yes, that's the end of our season.
Okay.
But I mean, we usually get down that much and it gets worse. But this time we fought back. We were down 27-7.
Okay.
Then fought back to 27-20. Then they scored again. It was tough though. But it shows you almost like what happened in our game was with the Jaguars, though. The momentum.
Yep.
What that kick did for the team, it lifted the whole team.
Oh, no
and
doubt.
You would never think a field goal would lift the whole team. But, that changed the whole game. I mean, because they came back out and looked like a whole different team. So,
What did you learn as head coach of the Duval Charter School this year, Aaron Bees? Nobody calls me Aaron Killer Bees.
Yeah, Aaron. Who is Aaron? They only call me Aaron in my hometown because there's so many Beeses. But this year I had to play. Offensive coordinator as well.
Yeah.
So. My little apartment, I got a little turf that I hit my fake golf balls on, but I got like my little note cards all over, and I would play Madden, kind of see the play.
While you're playing golf, while you're looking at the
cards. Man,
that's
I got
impressive.
it all. I'm doing it all. But, just patience,
Yeah.
All these things are basic to me. I love just watching the game. I still like watching old film.
Yeah.
That's where I was brought up. I went to Valley Forge Military Academy for a year because I went for a post-grad. And I never wanted to be in the barracks because I never wanted to do the military stuff. So my coach was like, okay, you be my scout. So I would just watch football games all day. I watch Miami, Florida State, wide left, wide right, like every day.
Wow.
Because I wasn't really a football player. I was a basketball player. And I went there, and for you Gators fans, Lawrence Wright happened to come there. He was the number one safety in the country. I was like, man, he came up there from Miami. I'm like, that's how y'all play down there? It was like, that's in the 90s with Miami, man.
That's great.
He had us out there after practice. All the coaches had to flash the lights on us, and we got out there doing drills. 6, 7, like when the time goes down, like real early.
Yeah.
Oh man, we was out there working. I love it though.
That's
It helped me get to where I got.
That's right.
Well, now that I think about it, you don't have practice after this, so you'll just hang out with us for the next hour.
Yeah. I know. It seemed like you was about to kick me out. I'm like, hold on.
All right, we've got more to do on the other side, including Taylor's Tangent. It's Helmets and Heels on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Helmets and Heels from the Greenlaw Group Studios. Bone-crushing blows to game-winning goals.
Yes!
Feel the energy on 1010XL.
History!
Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Yes! Yes!
Frank Frangie here. Nimnick Buick GMC is proud to be the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville, earned by treating customers with courtesy, respect, and fairness. All part of Nimnick's Treating You Right guarantee. The most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. For 3 generations, Nimnick has been the place customers keep coming back to. They treat you right, and they give a bunch back to the community. Visit NimnickBuickGMC.com today to learn more, or visit their showroom off Phillips Highway. GMC, we are professional grade.
Helmets and Heels Tuesday
is served by
Morgan & Morgan.
Jacksonville's building a fence along the goal line. This is the Superior Fence and Rail Defensive Player of the Game. Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters.
Boye Aluakan showed heart while in Sin City. The Jacksonville linebacker tallied 11 tackles on Sunday, with 5 being solo, and would also add in a tackle for loss. Number 23 flew like an eagle on defense, and he's your Superior Fence and Rail's defensive player of the game.
You waited forever for your new fence. Then, strangers show up. Subcontractors rushing the job. Sent by the company you trusted. Frustrating, right? Superior Fence and Rail promises better. Their professionally trained builders deliver quality you can trust. No subcontractors, no shortcuts. Just the superior craftsmanship your home deserves.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Hey, I know how awful it is to get injured, and especially if it's because of someone's negligence. Hey, this is Tom McManus. If you get injured out there, there's only one number to call. It's Pound Law, that's all. Slip and fall, car wreck, wrongful death, it doesn't matter. Morgan & Morgan handles it all. They're the largest in the country, 100 offices, over 1,000 attorneys, $20 billion recovered for 500,000 clients. That's the kind of team I want. If you get hurt from someone else's wrongdoing, check out Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On November 4, 2007, Vikings running back Adrian Peterson set the NFL single-game rushing record with 296 yards.
Running a small business is tough, so the Florida Small Business Development Center at UNF provides a free business checkup, a personalized analysis that helps you boost profits, your online presence, and increase your company's value. No cost, no strings attached. It's guidance from experts who understand what it takes to succeed in business. Whether you're just starting out or ready to expand, it's time to act. Complete a request for consulting at unf.edu/SBDC.
Jeff Lagerman for Napa Auto Care Centers. This football season, make sure your ride can get to that tailgate or travel to the away game safely and dependably. You can trust the ASE certified professionals at any one of the 29 independently owned Napa Auto Care Centers and the quality Napa parts they use. Napa Auto Care Centers can handle everything: oil changes, air conditioning, brakes, engines, transmissions. Napa Auto Care Centers offers a nationwide 24-month, 24,000-mile peace of mind warranty on most repairs. Find one near you at jacksnapaautocare.com.
Hi, this is Dave Barker with IHRS. People ask, are your solutions for thinning hair permanent? Yes, our solutions have permanent natural results and are guaranteed to work. Put our 35 years of experience helping 10,000 plus men and women to work for your thinning hair. Our trademark hair transplant procedures will give you 3 times more hair in one procedure. PRP and laser treatments are fast, easy, and effective, and only take 30 minutes. Most of our staff have experienced hair loss ourselves. Our caring and confidential team can help you look better and feel better about yourself and restoring your hair again.
For your confidential consultation, call 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Or go to hairforme.com. That's hairforme.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
1, 2, 3, my baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure.
Never a bad day to hear some Outcasts. Killer Bees in the house with us as we are chatting all things football. The trade deadline is about an hour and 10 minutes away. Do the Jaguars make any more moves? That is the question.
I hope so.
Me too.
I do. I mean, that would be exciting if they could add.
I
just
would
up
love
front.
a safety or a defensive
like
tackle.
secondary.
Yeah.
I'd like a DT, I
Yeah.
think. But whatever,
You
either
said
one.
DT yesterday. I said wide receiver, tight end. Taylor said safety. Bees, what would you do?
I like a safety.
Safety
with
as
some
well.
speed.
Yes.
You need some speed.
Yeah.
in
So
the
I got
back
my
end.
wide receiver. I don't think they're probably going to get a tight end. They probably have enough depth there, but yeah, safety I would also love. Are we
Yeah.
getting greedy?
Yeah, I know. Can you just get us all new players, please?
Bad luck
I'm
at
just kidding.
safety, right? I mean, Ransaw.
Yeah,
getting
it's
hurt,
just that it hasn't.
Is he out for
Obviously,
the year?
Eric Murray dealing with it now. Ransaw for the year. You're talking about. It's just time. You just mentioned Dewey, and that's what the text line brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. Immediately, people texting in like it's time to see if you can do something without Dewey because Dewey's not working anymore in a lot of situations. So people are in the similar world of safety as a need right now.
It sucks
Which I would
because-
say I've been saying that all off season. It just sucks that it led to like this way. Weird things happen.
Because if
for
it was
to lead
Eric
that.
Murray and Caleb Ransaw out there, how much better would they be? It
Yeah.
sucks about Dewey.
Could be
because
Xavier Watts out there.
That's very true. The year started and we all praised Dewey. He was playing really well.
know.
And the revamped secondary, I thought, all right, maybe he's not just a special teamer.
Well, listen, he had a rush too. You know, it's hard to cover
Yeah.
when you don't have a rush, and if you don't have the makeup speed, which I didn't either. You know, you get beat, you're beat. Like he doesn't have it. It's hard. You know, those tight ends are so athletic. And Bowers is like a wideout. Let's be honest. That guy's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
But just other tight ends that we've gone against, they're very athletic and they're very fast. And if you bite on a run fake, if you get lost in the shuffle, if you somehow don't pick them up right away, you're gonna get beat if you don't have that makeup speed. And Dewey doesn't have it. Now, when they're pressuring the QB, he's great. He's a great center fielder. He can see everything. He can make some plays and all that. But you know, when there's nobody disrupting that timing, they're going to target him more and more. I mean, they're just going to go after him and see if he can do anything. In his defense, I don't know why they didn't give him any help on Sunday. I mean, Bowers was – now, granted, Bowers wasn't always just lined as a tight end, so he had to switch it up a little bit. But even still, like, you never doubled him.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like it. You know, and he's quite the weapon. There's no question. And look, he's going to make his plays. That touchdown where the two cheeks equal to 2 feet.
Yeah, that was
you know what I'm
funny.
talking about? That was great
Equal to
coverage.
2 feet.
There was no
That was a great catch. Yeah. There's sometimes where you're just like, the catch was incredible, and that's what it is. Yeah.
They get paid too.
Yeah.
That's right.
They get paid.
That's right.
That's right. And Taylor gets paid as well to do some tangents.
Now, Taylor's Tangent, served up by Chick-fil-A on 1010XL.
Well, maybe she gets paid in Chick-fil-A. Either way.
I'll get paid in Chick-fil-A. Give me some chicken, some waffle fries. So we've talked already a little bit about what the Jets have done today, but an interesting thing, the Jets have made each of the last 2 trades in which a defensive back was acquired for 2 first-round picks. If you don't remember, that's what they got for Jamal Adams back in 2021.
Wow.
So now doing it again with Sauce Gardner, obviously. But I just thought it was fascinating because usually that 2 firsts for that defensive back you don't see very often whatsoever, and now they've done it the last 2 times. But out of that, because when they got the 2 firsts, they actually got 2 firsts and a third for Jamal Adams, which, by the way, had 1 good season after that.
No, I know.
That's about it.
What's their record been since then?
Yeah, not so good. But for that the first round pick, the first one they got Garrett Wilson out of that. So they were able to, I guess, turn that one into something, and we'll see if Garrett Wilson's on the team by the end of the day. But I think that, to your point, Tommy, earlier, it's the Jets now are in the point where they're like, we've got to start building, and the more draft picks, especially high ones, that you can accumulate, how do you say that word? Accumulate, then you have a better chance at getting some things right. But I think the quarterback's a big one, and they know they need that high first or a couple firsts to be able to hit on that.
Yeah, and then maybe get a left tackle.
Yeah.
Get somebody. I know they have a right tackle that they like. Their draft pick from a year ago.
Missouri.
Is it Fashanu?
Fashanu.
Fashanu. So go get a left tackle that's a stud. Go get a quarterback and maybe got a chance in a couple years.
Yeah, with the other pick, they used Elijah Vera Tucker, who unfortunately has been, he's a good player, but he's been hurt, constantly.
Well, that's the thing. But when you think of a franchise, you always want to have a good left tackle. You always want to have a good pass rushing DN, but you also want to always have a corner. So that's what confuses me on this part. I don't know why you let go of number 1 corner when that's one of the prime positions.
Yeah, and young.
And that young. I mean, I wonder what's going on up there. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Woody
and Aaron
Johnson
Glenn's a defensive guy, too, so... Losing Aaron Glenn's probably I guess doesn't have too much say, but hold on. That's my best defensive play.
Well, he showed him a lot of confidence because the way he got on the quarterback and said, I believe 100% in Aaron, but this quarterback doesn't throw enough touchdowns or something.
I'm guessing the text line, going back to Lawrence, right? I'm guessing the text line also mentioned that they remember the hit on Joey Kent at Tennessee, 1995.
Oh, man.
If you haven't seen it, YouTube it.
Oh, I
Lawrence
saw it.
right on Joey Kent. I know you saw it live, and I'm sure many times since then. But yeah, I know people always remember those types of plays, but those were also legal back in the 90s in college football.
It's a little harder to hit now, I feel like.
We used to call them kill shots.
Yeah.
That?
Oh, yeah.
That's a kill shot. They're like, yeah.
Yeah, and it was celebrated by
the bounties and all that.
Today you'd be filing $100G and kicked out of the game.
It wasn't really a bounty, but when you play in the playoffs, you usually make less money than what you do during the year. So we would put $500 on the tackle inside the 20.
Yeah.
Stuff like that just motivates you.
Incentivize,
It was it was never a target. We're just trying to help the younger guys who needed some money.
Yeah.
On special
But you were
teams.
praised for those big hits when the helmet came off and you whacked him in the face and they were kind of lying there. And that was kill shot.
Well, think about it. What was the mark of a good helmet when you had except all the marks on your helmet?
That's
right.
How many dents?
You go walk home. I was scraping on the ground. You just
banging it on the cement.
You hit the green pole. You got a green mark.
I played soccer, not football, but there was one game that at halftime our coach thought that we weren't playing physical enough, and so she picked up dirt and threw it on one of my teammates and was like, "That's what your jerseys and shorts should look like."
Not wrong.
In the second half. So, there's always that. All right, we've got lunch to give away.
We do. Free lunch to Chick-fil-A. Give us a call at 641-1010. Let's say caller number 4. You get free lunch to Chick-fil-A today.
I love it. We've got more to do on the other side. It is Helmets and Heels on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Helmets and Heels.
Protected by
Green Law Group. For the insured. Fighting for you.
What could Jacksonville do better? Find out from one of our best ever as David Garrard joins Mike and Fat Tony on Jaguars Today. Monday from 10 to noon. Restored by Resto Pros of Northeast Florida on 1010XL.
Joe C. for Hard Rock Bet, and we're down to the final stretch of the college football season. Every game, every rivalry, every upset matters now. Don't just watch the chaos on Saturdays, bet on it. Join Hard Rock Bet today. At $5, if it hits, you're going to take home $150 in bonus bets on top of your winnings. Let's finish the season strong. Download the Hard Rock Bet app now. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Hey, this is Lauren Brooks. With over 1,700 five-star Google reviews, it was a no-brainer to have Closets by Design help us get organized at home. They create custom storage for every space, lifestyle, and budget. From closets to garages to laundry rooms and more. Closets by Design will transform clutter into seamless organization. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation before the holidays and get 40% off plus an extra 15% off with free installation. 18-month financing is available. Call 904-878-9393 or visit closetsbydesign.com.
Helmets and Heels Tuesday.
Covered by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Homeowners, storms don't wait, so why should you? Protect your home and your wallet with Universal Roof and Contracting. Save up to 20% on roof replacements and repairs now through November 13th. Financing available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting. Protecting your home, building your trust.
License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com.
It's the Gator Podcast Channel with Frank Frangie and me, Dan Hicken, on all things Gators. Hacker and Denny Thompson have Gator Bites, and you can find them wherever you find podcasts or at 1010XL.com. Presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Hey friends, Frank Frangie here. You know me. I don't mess around when it comes to taking care of business. Well, if your plumbing or AC company is giving you excuses, it's time to make a trade. Call the pros at Duck Duck Rooter. They're the trusted partner for some of the biggest commercial names in Northeast Florida. Their office team keeps billing smooth, and their field techs show up ready to fix the problem. Fast and right. Bring in the starters with Duck Duck Rooter, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Call 904-862-6769. 904-862-6769. Tell them Frank sent you.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, Hicken here for Zero Res. It's Thanksgiving time, man. But listen, don't deal with the toughest gravy, cranberry sauce, or pumpkin pie disasters. Let the cleaning freaks do it. Get back to clean. 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at $149. A 4th room free with a canned food donation. Ideally, a full bag of cans, not just 1 or 2. Also, take $75 off your air duct cleaning. Call my friend Zero Res right now, 28757, or go online at ZeroResJacksonville.com and say you want the 1010 special. Zero Res, spelled backwards and forwards. It spells the same.
Bring your marketing to the next level with 3D Digital, your local video production and digital marketing agency that specializes in ensuring your brand story is seen, heard, and remembered. Our award-winning team creates professional content that will be launched across multiple platforms to precisely target your audience. Call us at 904-712-4004 or visit 3ddigital.com to define, design, and deliver exceptional results for your business.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental with light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years, and our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
Need or want cash? Beach's Jewelry and Pawn has cash available, ready to buy guitars, surfboards, jewelry, firearms, tools, and especially gold. They need it all, selling or pawning. Get cash on the spot at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, David again here with Royal Pet Services. It's that time of year when rodents start making their way into our homes. Layson, tell them what they need to get in.
A quarter-size hole.
That's right. That's all they need. Hey, tell them where to go for a free attic and exterior inspection.
Visit RoyalPetServices.com.
I'm Max Fink with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by Brandon Roofing. The Florida Gators men's basketball team fell to the Arizona Wildcats in their season opener last night, 93-87. Thomas Houck led the scoring for the Gators with 27 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists, but had trouble stopping Arizona freshman Koa Pete as his 30 points, 7 boards, and 5 assists. The Gators host UNF on Thursday at 8 p.m. It's 71 degrees at 3:03. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
RJ Saunders. Aaron Beasley still hanging out with us. Max just borrowed my, there we go, adapter.
Did you hear? You couldn't hear.
I couldn't hear anything. And I was like, what's happening over here? All right. Time now for Lauren's Lane.
Now, Lauren's Lane, driven by Mazda at the Avenues. This is luxury. This is Mazda at the Avenues.
This is a day we all should celebrate. Tonight at 8 p.m. on ESPN, the College Football Playoff Selection Committee's first top 25 rankings will be released. Well, we should celebrate if they get the record strength right. That's what we'll find out tonight. It's the new metric designed to credit teams for how they perform against their schedule.
Ooh.
It's supposed to provide an extra boost for beating quality teams while lessening the penalty for losses against tougher opponents. And I will give you now the records versus non-conference Power 4 schools / Notre Dame. So the Power 4 schools plus Notre Dame, these are the records by conference versus the non-conference schools from those conferences. The SEC is 10-4, so 71% winning rate. Big 12, 8-6, 57%. Big 10, 5-7, 41%. The American is 6-11, 35%. The ACC, get this, 5-14, just 26%. Then you've got the Mountain West, Sun Belt, Mountain West 25%, 4-12. Sun Belt, MAC, Pac-12, and Conference USA, not so good. We won't read those stats. But I wanted to highlight that ACC one just because there's conversation, obviously, of should Miami get in the college football playoff. And again, these rankings right now don't mean anything. We have still several games left to play in the season.
We get the college football playoff rankings this week, right?
Tonight.
Yeah,
8 p.m.
tonight. Yes.
Yeah, that's what's going to be exciting to see how they are. They're basically going to tell us how they are viewing this record strength, and that's the exciting part.
So does that poll then supersede the others, right? The AP and the coaches
Yes.
poll. Like now it's all about the
because it's going to show us there's 13 committee members, and that's going to show us what they're thinking in as far as these rankings go, and that's going to also dictate then, of course, once we get closer.
Yeah.
Who we should have an idea based off of the wins and the losses. So, for instance, like Notre Dame has beaten one team that right now is projected to be in the top 25 rankings of the College Football Playoff Committee.
Okay.
But their 2 losses are against teams that Texas A&M and Miami, who probably would.
So they're looking at
they won't get
both.
hurt for the losses as much, but they won't gain.
They
as
won't
much
get as
for
much
the
credit
win.
for the win as maybe a team that's beaten multiple of those. top
Is
25.
strength of schedule still in this metric?
I don't believe this.
It's
Well,
just-
I think they're using record strength as their strength of schedule.
Okay.
So they are no longer using the preseason top 25 or the first week of the AP top 25, for instance. It doesn't matter that Penn State was ranked number 2 when Ohio State played them.
Yeah.
Penn State is now not projected to be in the top 25 of the college football playoff rankings.
So they reset it.
So this is going to take it into account as of this point in the season, and then each week moving forward based off of that. And so the more obviously tough games you have, which remember Ohio State doesn't really have any left, Indiana doesn't really have any left, Texas A&M, their schedule's a little bit more difficult. that it's all going to weigh in.
So a one-loss team could conceivably be ranked higher than an undefeated team.
That is correct, sir. They're most likely, my guess is Ohio State will be ranked first because they are undefeated and they have 3 wins over teams that are projected to be in the top 25.
Okay.
Alabama and Indiana, you could reverse those. Either Alabama's 2 or Indiana's 2.
Yeah.
Alabama only has 1 loss and Indiana has 2 losses. Or sorry, Indiana's undefeated. But Indiana does have 2 victories over teams in the top 25, whereas Alabama has 3.
Okay.
And again, the future top 25 that comes out tonight.
Just so I understand.
Yeah.
So like Oregon, I know Indiana went out there and beat the brakes off them. Oregon was 3rd at the time, but they're 6th now. So from now on, it's graded as if they're 6th.
So Oregon, for instance, once we find out tonight, I think that's one of the teams that's most fascinating to watch. Oregon has no wins over teams projected in tonight's top 25. However, Oregon only has 1 loss.
Right.
So where does the committee view Oregon?
Yeah.
Because they don't have any of those top tier victories. Where they're placed tonight, I think, is going to be fascinating.
Now, what do they do if a circumstance happens where a team was ranked, let's say, 2nd in the beginning of the season, lose their starting quarterback, so now they're not ranked, but that team, you beat the team with the starting quarterback that was really good.
So I think they're going to...
That's what I mean, like,
Yeah,
honestly, like a Jordan Travis situation, because someone beating the Knowles when Jordan Travis was playing, you're talking about a top 2 team in college football at that time. Once Jordan Travis wasn't playing, they were a bottom team in college football. So how is that going to factor in?
Yeah, that's something that they haven't given us any idea about, but I just know that they could care less as to how the season began. It's more now moving forward. Also, what you've done,
which I don't mind
for me lately. But like for instance, if Syracuse had been really good, but then lost Steve Angeli, they're going to look at, well, now they don't have their quarterback for the rest of the year. I think the gray area becomes if a team is going to get its quarterback moving forward and they only have, say, 1 or 2 losses.
Yeah, I feel like that is, people are still going to argue this, and it's always going to be that. Because I could just see someone saying, you can't tell me that, and this is obviously just hypothetical because they have them, but if like Ohio State lost their quarterback in week 4, and so you're telling me that whoever beating Ohio State with that isn't worth the same because they don't have that quarterback anymore and they've dropped in the rankings. So people are going to find any way to argue, but I do like that they're going from now and not saying, hey, what this team was in week 2 is what this team is now.
Right. It's all about your strength of schedule, if you want to use those words. Again, they're using record strength, but it's based off of their projections for who's been the best teams to this point, yes, and also who they think are going to be the best teams down the stretch.
I guess like SEC's 10-4 in the non-conference, right?
Right.
So what's the strength of that 10-4 as opposed to whoever was next at 8-6? Do they factor all that in? I guess is what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah, I don't know that they're looking at the conference versus non-conference.
Okay.
I think they're just looking at individual teams.
Feels like somebody's been working on code for a long time to figure this thing out. You know what I mean?
But is there?
It's like an algorithm.
This isn't all computer based, so
no, there's
and that's the human element is always going to put the blue bloods in there, though. If you think about it. When Ohio State loses a quarterback, they probably have like 3 others that can play anywhere else, True.
But for instance, in one projection, Notre Dame is sitting at 12 with the 6-2 record. Oklahoma's on the outside, as is Georgia Tech. Oklahoma's 7-2, Georgia Tech 8-1. But again, this is all going to change obviously between now and
But
the
Notre
end of the
Dame hasn't played anybody like Oklahoma, if you would.
Well, Notre Dame played Texas
Miami and
A&M
Texas A&M.
Miami, which Miami now may fall out. We'll see of the college football 25
After
playoff
the
rankings.
SMU loss.
And so then that means your win over that team changes.
So
I see what you mean. I see what you mean now because your record before has no meaning in this ranking coming up.
Yeah. Well, again, you go back to should they even be ranked in the first 4 weeks?
None of us think they should. Yeah.
Notre Dame was what, second? Or when Miami was second. Miami was second when you guys played them.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that should have some value there. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe they shouldn't have been ranked second, but they were. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I wonder how they figured that out.
That's what I think moving forward, and obviously this year they can't do that, but moving forward they need to not put out rankings those first 3-4 weeks. That way you're not saying that because people are going to be like, okay, well, you were playing a Miami team that was playing at like one of the best teams in college football. not our fault that Mario Cristobal forgets in November how to play or coach football. But so those are going to be some of the arguments. So how you eliminate that is just not have those rankings in the beginning so that nobody has that comparison to look back and be like, well, week 1, they were ranked number 1. So we should get credit for beating a number 1 team or 2 team, whatever that case is.
But that's why I'm fascinated to see what they look like.
This will be fun.
Because that'll give us more. And I think they're being more transparent now than they ever have been before, which is what we've been advocating for so long, is give us a metric. Don't just give us, we think this team is the best. We don't think this team fits in the top 12. Well, why? We need more information than that. And so I'm looking forward to that. Tonight, I love when people will actually give us an answer to the questions that we have been asking for so many years. By the way, the first round of the playoffs, mark your calendars, Friday, December 19th, 8 p.m., and then Saturday, noon Eastern, and then later Saturday, 3:30, and then 7:30. So you've got...
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, you've got Friday Night Football, and you got 3 games on that Saturday. Last year, we were in Vegas when all that was happening, and so...
My birthday weekend is the first round of college football playoffs now. So
because some of those
really
bowl games you didn't want to watch either. Some of those bowl games, I was like,
what did you say? You ask a question?
Watch all of them, yeah.
You get to ask a question, get an answer, right? Kind of like the Jags injury status. They won't give answers.
They have declined.
Well, they choose. They pick and choose.
I heard Big Bo might have been a little upset or something.
I think
too funny.
This franchise now wants to keep those cards close to their vest.
And they have all camp. It'd be like one guy like, oh, can't tell you. Next guy like, yeah, he's got
his back hurts.
It's back shattered. No big deal. What about the other guy? We
Lower
can't tell you that.
Can't tell you that.
Yeah.
Top secret stuff.
To each their own. I thought yesterday when Liam Cohen met with the media at 4, I thought that's when we would find out more about Travis Hunter. I did not think we would find out about anyone else like BTJ or De'Ami Brown or things like that. Or anyone else that got injured in that game, like an Exeter Cleveland. I just thought, okay, with Travis Hunter, we'll know if it's torn ACL, we'll know if it's not. Yeah. And then, the update moving forward. But again, they declined to give that information.
Fuzzy.
So yeah,
everything's fuzzy.
You got that right. All right. Let's get back to the NFL when we return. You are listening to Helmets and Heels on 1010X on 92.5 FM.
This is Helmets and Heels.
Fought for you by Green Law Group on 1010XL. Every Friday in the fall is Pregame Friday.
Is this what I think it is? Yes, it is.
We'll get you ready for the games. Who's in, who's out.
This is what I'm talking about.
Built by Dream Finders Homes. Homes built to fit your lifestyle on 1010XL.
You've probably heard the saying, it's not how hard you get hit, it's whether or not you get back up. Well, I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and I have a saying of my own. If you get hit with a personal injury or wrongful death, hit back and fight to make them pay. At Hastings Injury Law, we have the experience you want if you or a loved one suffer a car or trucking accident or wrongful death. Just call 904-HIT-BACK and we'll help you get up and hit back. Office is Jacksonville.
Helmets and Heels Tuesday.
Litigated by Morgan & Morgan.
My son had a meniscus surgery a couple years ago. Went smooth as silk. Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. Was playing tennis in 2 weeks. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
You like winning? This is former Jaguar linebacker Tom McManus, and I'm excited to introduce you to J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling of Greater Jacksonville. If you're a property manager, contractor, builder, realtor, or homeowner, get that feeling of success with less stress. I've used them. My friends have used them. So get your free junk removal and hauling estimate today. Now, I call that a win. Veteran-owned and operated J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling. Call 506-1256. We haul it all.
It's your favorite team. It's their favorite team. Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony bring you Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Every weekday from 10 to noon on 1010XL.
Hey, Jaguar fans, get yourself some Crown Royals. They're the proud partner of our Jacksonville Jaguars. This season, it's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. So grab a glass with the Crown Royal rig at a stadium near you, because we'll be sharing that generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with the generous spirit. Visit crownroyal.com/Royal Rig for more on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Remember, please drink responsibly.
Frank Frangie here for Coyle & Sons Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Remember the 2017 AFC Championship game when Miles Jack wasn't down? You know what else isn't down? Fences installed by Coyle. Their fences have been standing tall here in Jacksonville for nearly a century. Since 1927, Coyle has been the fencing leader in Northeast Florida. If you're in the market for a new fence, I recommend calling Coyle & Sons today at 904-356-4821, CoyleJacks.com. That's C-O-Y-L-E, Jacks.com. Coyle Fencing, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. Thank you for trusting us for 55 years of custom welding fabrication and vehicle towing accessories. When you need a trailer hitch for the family car, a gooseneck for the company truck, or even RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We can do a bumper hitch, fifth wheel hitch, anything for safe, reliable towing. Come to Cannons of Jacks, where service is our #1 priority and we treat our customers as we like to be treated. Check us out online, cannonsofjacks.com.
Introducing the Jags Stack at Firehouse Subs. A sub so bold, we had to name it after the team that roars. Packed with protein and made to satisfy a football-sized appetite. It's stacked with honey ham, smoked turkey, and roast beef. Topped with provolone fresh veggies and our new Duval drizzle. Order the new Jags Stack in the app right now. Available for a limited time at participating Jacksonville Firehouse Subs restaurants. The hottest subs in Duval!
Awaken 180 weight loss. Awaken 180 weight loss. Hacker here, and I recently celebrated a birthday with friends and family, and a lot of photos were taken. And you go on Facebook and you look, and you have those memories of years past on the same day. And I saw pictures of myself from 2 years ago. I couldn't believe it. I absolutely couldn't believe it. That's back when I was over 300 pounds. I mean, I was in a bad spot in life with my weight. And now here we are, my birthday in 2025, down over 100 pounds, keeping the weight off. I look like a completely different human being. I can't tell you how many times I'm told that pretty much on a daily basis by people who haven't seen me in quite some time. Go to awaken180weightloss.com, awaken180weightloss.com. I'm living proof. If you want to drop the weight, Awaken 180 Weight Loss is your answer. 844-346-1800.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
About 40 minutes left until the trade deadline is over, and after a flurry of activity, it feels like it's slowed down a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for one more splash from the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Come on, Stones. Get the Stones. Get them going. Roll the dice.
Did we have this many trades when we played?
I don't remember a trade deadline.
Not like this. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think we had
remember any of
all this movement in the season, you know?
No, I think the NFL looked at, I could have this wrong, but I think the NFL looked at how Major League Baseball does it and that flurry of activity and how people, even if they're not baseball fans, kind of lock in.
Started paying attention.
Yeah, that time frame. And
I think it's fascinating how, like, you got to decide, like, am I a buyer or a seller? And it could be one or two games in a year that you win or lose that makes you feel that way.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I heard them as in primetime talking earlier about how just that last game could have shifted things. Like, if you lose to the Raiders and you're coming back, is it really worth it to give up, a couple picks for that if you lose to them? And also, are the Raiders willing to do that at that point? Or do they we got a little fire going here. We beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. At home, we've played actually pretty well. Right. And so those conversations, that's how quickly and easily they change when it comes to deciding the buyer seller mark. There's other things that go into it because you've got to have money. You've got to have trade capital. Yeah. That's why probably a lot of people, maybe when you're talking about a Trey Hendrickson or something like that here, or even a Quinnen, I don't know that you don't have a first round pick this year. You just don't have the picks right now. You have a lot of them, but not the high draft capital that some others have.
We still have 11 picks after this one. I think I read. We had 13.
Yeah, there's
gave
11,
up 2. Hey, a fourth rounder, so that's a decent pick. To go get fourth and sixth rounder. I think they used for Jakobi.
So when we traded Jalen Ramsey out there, they were out without a first-round pick for a while, but they still did good in the draft.
Yeah.
The Rams.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
I mean,
good
they
at
were
that.
doing,
And that's where Gladstone obviously learned everything was with Les Snead and the Rams. Albert Breer posted the Jets have been looking for a second-round pick for Jermaine Johnson and a third-round pick for Breece Hall. We'll see if they get either price. So literally the Jets are the opposite
House
of
sale.
the F them picks when it comes to that's what
Their whole team, they're going to have to reevaluate their whole game plan. Like everybody's gone.
Yeah, at this point, I don't think they are game planning.
Yeah. Well, at least, Aaron Glenn, I mean, they can't get rid of him after this. You know what I mean?
Oh, no.
He's so quick.
Well,
At
and Woody
least he's got
Johnson already had
time.
his back recently.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I would
they
trust
start-
Woody Johnson saying anything.
Just
you
let
know?
him sit in the back. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Woody, just shh.
Well,
Just
they
give us your
have.
money.
I mean, with this now they have all this cap room. I mean, you can start from scratch, but I mean that's that's the only way they can do it. But I mean, maybe that's the best option for Aaron Glenn. You
Well,
know? 'Cause
another
remember I mean, he's one of those Bill Parcells
Yeah,
clones.
he
You know,
is, yeah.
under the Belichick tree, and that's how they started.
And another thing that inside that locker room, some of those players like, damn, like what does that mean?
Yeah.
Are we giving up? You just got rid of Quinnen and you got rid of Sauce. Like, what are we doing? Like, I thought we were going to try to, obviously you're not winning many games, so you got to figure it out. But it is fascinating how you become a buyer and a seller, and it can change very quickly.
I'm looking at a 2026 mock draft for the NFL, not obviously for the Jags, but how it relates to these trades that the Jets are making.
Okay.
And as of now, this is CBS Sports. They have Fernando Mendoza, the Indiana quarterback, going number 1 to the Saints. We know the Saints are going to take a quarterback, bar none. They've got the Browns taking Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson with the 2nd pick overall, and then the Jets taking Dante Moore, the quarterback from Oregon. So just interesting to see. I feel like this is a good crop of quarterbacks, but I don't
know if it's great.
necessarily know if there's that stud, that generational.
They hold on. They have the
quarterback.
Browns taking another cornerback.
They do another quarterback.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the crap.
Maybe
One of these
Jets
days
can
they'll
get
get
up
drafted.
and try and get their
And
first
that's
choice.
why the Jets are, I think, part of the reason they're accumulating is I think they want to get to number 1 if maybe they do have a guy, or maybe they already do have a guy, that they've fallen in love with.
That is part of the problem with when you need a quarterback if the crop isn't that great.
Yeah.
But you almost have to take one, because you're almost forced to. But look, you never know. I mean, look, Trevor is supposed to be generational. You know what I mean? I mean, Drake May.
That QB class was talked about being one of a better one, and Trevor's all that's left.
Yeah, but even think I know it's early, but like Drake May, you didn't think he was going to be a total stud. He's playing really good football. I don't know.
Well, I guess Mac Jones is kind of back.
I mean, what a system he's in now.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, McDaniels is a great coordinator.
By the way, I don't see another quarterback. I'm almost scrolling through the whole first round. I don't
Where's
see another
Arch?
quarterback going. So Arch, they project is going to stay in school.
Yeah.
But so here's an idea if you're the Jets. Okay, so let's say even if you do stay at number 3, and again, this can all change, but let's say you draft your quarterback at 3, and then you have another pick around 15. I'm just throwing it out there. I would draft like Jeremiah Love, Taylor's Notre Dame running back.
Game changer.
And then I've got another pick late in the first round. I would draft a really good offensive lineman. And now I've at least already started to remake my team on.
I guess they have Brees. I think Brees is good, so I don't.
I'd take Brees. I'd keep Brees.
But if they trade Brees today, then you're definitely looking at a Jeremiah Love. A lot of people are saying Jeremiah might go like top 10, so they might have to be up there for that.
But with all the beef that they lost inside, I mean, you're going to have to build from the inside out when you make moves like this, because everything starts with the O-line and the D-line.
They've spent decent amount of draft capital because you talked about Fashanu, but also Mimbo they drafted too. So they've tried to build the line. It hasn't really shown this year. But they're young pieces. So can somebody come in and develop those guys and make them better to where that's not a focus? I
thought
don't know.
Membo was doing pretty good. I forgot.
No,
that
I
he
like
went.
Mimbo.
Yeah, I liked
The
him
line
coming
as
out
a
of
whole
college.
hasn't been great, but
sometimes
I like Armand Mimbo.
One other one we didn't discuss, the Titans traded away Drummond Jones to the Ravens.
Yep.
He has 4.5 sacks, so maybe not necessarily a household name. And then I saw, and that was in exchange for a conditional 2026 5th-round pick. I saw that Arden Key was a name that was getting floated around a lot, and I wondered if that was a guy that could come back to Jacksonville. I know he built the city, but I mean, just as far as another pass rusher, while
to get
Trayvon's
something.
while Trayvon's still getting healthy, because it doesn't feel like between Emmanuel Ogbah and Dwan Smoot they're getting enough, and Gardeck as well, Dennis Gardeck.
Yeah, no, they're not. I mean, they're just not getting enough. How about Calais last night getting a sack? He
Yeah.
still get it done.
Should have never left Jacksonville.
Never left Jacksonville, no doubt about that. But listen, Ogbah made a play. You know that was. I mean, they both can. You know,
Yeah, he got a half sack.
Yeah,
He made a play.
He made a play. You know, look. I mean, look. You go watch the tape and you try to listen to who's around the ball, whose name gets called. You don't hear a lot of D linemen most of the game. You just don't. Like towards the end, you do. But even I didn't hear Josh Hines Allen's name till midway through the second quarter. You know, I didn't hear like making a tackle or making a play or just something that stood out. You know, those kind of things mean something to me when I'm watching a game. Like, you know, I take notes or whatever, but you look at ETN, you're like, great cutbacks, great cutback, great cutback. I mean, you just see it. You see in the field great. He's cutting with one cut and getting upfield. It's funny. I'm always yelling at the TV on a sweep play, like, get upfield. And I'm talking not only to the running back, I'm talking to the linebacker, like, get north and south, get north and south. And my daughter's like, Dad, what are you talking about, north and south? I'm like north and south instead of east and west.
Get yards.
Get yards.
I always yell
the
up.
field.
I'm like, up. I'm like, go up.
Cut up the field. Same for backers, too. I mean, you got to make that move, too, and you got to come downhill and hopefully get them. But, you know, eventually you got to make that cut. But, yeah, you know, look, at the end of the day, this this group has got a big task ahead of them against the Texans.
Isn't that every game now up there?
Well, the Raiders, we thought they were just going to win. Like not struggle and win, but win.
Look at our roster. We were missing a lot of pieces.
That's what I
and
think,
Trevor
yeah.
was sick. I was like, just get out of here with a win.
Yeah. Seattle's like, we were missing our entire secondary and we'll beat you guys. So
I mean, Jordan had
other
a great
teams can
game
have
with the
some
flu.
things.
So
Yeah, I went into this game on Sunday. Like when I woke up Sunday morning, I was like, this is going to be a battle because the Raiders are a team that's getting healthier. And this Jaguars team is and that was before I knew Trevor was ill, but this Jaguars team is starting to really pile up the injuries. And I don't think that this regime is in a place yet where they have even though they raised the floor, so to speak, they were raising that floor from like ground level zero. And in a couple years, I think they'll have more depth. And
just no injuries up front, though. So I know the injuries up in the backfield, they matter. But if you're healthy up front, you should still be whooping some tail up there.
Yeah, and the offensive line played well.
They
but
played a lot better.
Once you're down to receivers 4, 5, and 6, I do give them a lot of credit for what they were able to do.
Credit to QB.
Absolutely. Yeah. Speaking of the DBs and the depth there, what did you think of Greg Newsome? What did you think of Buster Brown?
I mean, that's the touchdown he gave up. What a play, you know. Well, that's what I was about to talk about too. The secondary, you know, it's like tough when you can't get anybody off of their rhythm, you know, and that's what scared me in this game because I know they do have a couple weapons out there, and like I don't think that we have the guys that they're making stops or a lot of pass defenses right now because it's almost like pitch and catch when you got Geno throwing for almost 300 yards. You know,
4 touchdowns.
Yeah, 4 touchdowns.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like
after Stafford threw for 5.
Yes, and that's what's scaring me. Like we're not defending the pass too much at all.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, again, you're not getting there with 4, and you're not getting there with 5 or 6. They're just blocking you up, and you got to win those battles. I mean, when you're a backer and they call blitz, you got to win the back.
Yeah. I was about to ask, what would you change?
Opposite.
What would you change though? How could you change anything with the roster we have?
I'm not changing personnel, but I'm yelling at my guys to win some blocks. I mean, Ashton Genty stoned almost every guy that blitzed that he went against. Like, you got to beat him. Like, if you don't beat him, maybe I can't bench you, but.
And that's what I was saying.
Like, if I'm calling the blitz, you got to win. That's why I'm calling the blitz.
And that's what I was saying was like our roster. Do we have that kind of linebacker blitzer?
I think a little kid can blitz.
So was he getting stoned?
Or he did a couple times. He came free the one time. I thought he could have been a little bit quicker on when he took off because he did force a quick throw, but I think he might have had a chance at a sack. Might have surprised him a little bit. Devin Lloyd's the guy. I mean, he's a real. And I thought Miller shot the gap a few times, but he got stoned a couple times too, man. He just. I mean, look, credit Ashton Genty. He's a physical run. He's like
and he's 5'8".
LaQuint Allen. We love LaQuint. What he does in the backfield, he's stoned Jones guys. I mean, he'll drop them right there, and they don't go anywhere. So it's good to have a back like that for sure.
But also, Josh Hines Allen dropping in coverage, I feel like that's not the best idea either. But also, yeah, if you're not getting home with the front four, you have to mix it up at some point in time.
Who would you say is our quickest twitchy player? Like, I don't even think we have like a twitchy player that
Travis
shows
Hunter.
that. Besides him, you know what I mean? Like, our linebackers aren't twitchy. Our DNs are more, they're not twitchy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Our defensive backs, I don't. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
that's one thing. I wasn't fast, but I was twitchy. And you got to have. I don't see that kind of burst and that quickness of.
Right. I was just going to use Max Cross. He probably doesn't run a great 40, but he's quick.
Yes.
Look at me, man. That guy's obviously he's one of the best, so it's kind of hard to compare. But still, he's got that.
Like, you don't see.
No, you're right.
You don't
It's
see
more
the
power.
guy that flies through the screen with us. It's like Ventrell did it a couple times last year.
He does, yeah.
But
good
we don't have enough of that.
Yep.
To help us get upfield and get that pass.
I would say after Travis Hunter, probably like an ETN and a Tootin. I would put them at least closest.
But up front,
But
not
and
up
then
front.
Offensive line. I don't think an offensive lineman can be twitchy, but
no,
they can be.
Yes,
all right. As for
twitches,
Cleveland, maybe
the twitches in your punch.
Right.
You got a lot of guys have
recovery.
Like Big Sirs. Oh, he was twitchy.
Oh yeah.
Don't let him put them paws on you.
Yeah, I don't know that I've seen a Jags offensive lineman be twitchy then. But yeah. All right, more to do on the other side. You are listening to Helmets and Heels on 1010X on 92.5 FM.
This is Helmets and Heels.
Fought for you by Green Law Group on 1010XL. Get national insight from a local legend.
I know exactly who this man is.
Mike Duraco.
And we get his insight every Thursday from 10 to noon on Jaguars Today with Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony. Brightened by Lee and Kate's Glass on 1010XL.
This is Josh Woolsey with Woolsey Morecambe. When deciding what lawyer to trust with your car accident or injury case, the most reliable way is reviews and results. You want to be treated well, and you want a great result. Woolsey Morecambe's reviews speak for themselves, and I challenge any firm to compare results. We offer the resources of a large law firm and the customer service of a boutique practice. If you want to be treated right and want great results, call Woolsey Morecambe at 1-800-WOOLSEY and take the fear out of the fight. Offices, Jacksonville.
Hey, this is Lauren Brooks. By now, y'all know I love Hello Smooth Med Spa. From laser hair removal to Botox, skin rejuvenation, and so much more. They are the go-to for all things skin health and beauty. I'm so excited because their biggest event of the year is coming up on Wednesday, November 19th. The event features their best sales of the year, and it's an all-day party. There will be a local coffee cart, a DJ, and lots of other local vendors, plus the event benefits Make-A-Wish. It's a great time to grab a gift for a loved one or treat yourself. So mark your calendars for 2 weeks from tomorrow. I cannot wait to be there. Check out Hello Smooth Med Spa on social media or head to hellosmooth.com to get all the details.
To get this thing unwrapped here.
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Daily Stash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Daily Stash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course.
Oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Daily Stash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Daily Stash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Helmets and Heels Tuesday.
Backed by
Morgan & Morgan.
They're out to test our reputation as the best plumber in Jacks, so we gotta play like the experts we are. Now, who are we?
Roland Reach Plumbing!
Now that's what a winner sounds like. Customers always win with Roland Reach Plumbing at plumberinjacks.com.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Dr. Kevin Kaplan, team physician for the Jaguars and proud member of Jacksonville's newest orthopedic dream team. At Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville, we brought together 10 board-certified fellowship-trained surgeons, each one a specialist in their field, all working together to deliver smarter, faster care with better results. From sports injuries to joint replacements, we've got the right player for every position. Visit osjax.com and meet your team. That's osjax.com.
I love my propane company. They always answer when I call and give me great prices and fast service. Said no one ever.
Until now. Need propane for your home or business? Seabreeze Propane is bringing the propane as North Florida's new local propane provider. Visit seabreezelp.com. Seabreeze Propane. We make propane cool, brother. Oh, yeah.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. When pests invade your home or business, you don't just need them out, you need them out fast. And you need to keep them out. At Terminix, they'll show up for you and eliminate pests quicker, just like they did at my house, because they care about what matters most to you. When pests show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with a pest problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com. That's right, Terminix it.
Jacksonville Hickens calling it. Checkmate Coating's my MVP. Tough, slick floors that dominate any space.
Checkmate Coatings. Your floor's missing piece.
Winter and spring registration is already cranking up at I-9 Sports, and if you have kids ages 3 to 17, I-9 Sports is inviting you to get them on the field or in the gym with great sports like girls flag football. Plenty of places to play like Oakley, Fleming Island, UNF, Fletcher, and Creekside. Log on to i9sports.com and see all the sports they have to offer across the First Coast. In Duval, Clay, and St. John's. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount. Registration open right now for winter and spring sports at i9sports.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air, Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
Bringing this back around to the top of the show when we broke the news that the Jaguars were trading for Jakobi Meyers, we were talking a little bit about he has the third lowest drop percentage in the NFL the last couple years, and that's something that obviously is going to be a focus here because of the drop issues, not just this year but previous years. So just looking at that real quick, because we were talking about it last week a little bit, those drop numbers and the percentages, and not what you want to see here in Jacksonville. And so Daniel Griffiths, who obviously we have on all the time, he had sent it to me last week. And so just alone, when you're talking about how many drops they have, so Brian Thomas Jr., and this is before last week, so some of these may be a little different, but Brian Thomas Jr. has 6, Parker Washington 4, De'Ami Brown 3, Hunter Long 2, Travis Hunter 2, Munt 1, ETN 1, Strange 1, and then Tim Patrick 1. And so you're talking about a team right now that has way too many drops, but BTJ alone having 6 this year. Jakobi Meyers in his entire 7-year NFL career only has 11. And we talked, like, drops are different numbers, different sites, but the main site that I always go to that have that track this number, the Jags, who have 18 this year, and Meyers 11 his entire 7-year career.
Good. Catch the ball.
Yeah.
Catch the
I mean, that's
ball.
it. You know, that's what you're here to do. So, you know, I think it's gotten a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Like Brian Thomas has gotten better. I think Parker's gotten better. The 2 leaders in drops. You know, remember a couple weeks ago, Parker had a couple bad drops in the middle of the field, but he's rectified those and has done a pretty good job. I think Brian Thomas as well overall. So yeah, you know, look, it's great. They get a guy that knows how to find the end zone, makes a lot of catches. He can be your go-to guy if need be. And like you said, he's one of the lowest droppers. So, you know, hopefully that continues here in Jacksonville.
Yeah, his longest reception each year, 35 yards, 35 yards, 39 yards, 48 yards, 33 yards, 43 yards, 45 yards, right? So over 1,000 yards last season, and not, you know, a guy that maybe you ever need to be your wide receiver 1 clearly here if everything goes according to plan with BTJ and with Travis Hunter, but a great addition to this team. And look, I had advocated for Tyler Lockett. The Jags also, of course, faced him last weekend, but I love the addition of Jakobi Meyers, and I wanted another veteran in here, especially now that De'Ami Brown is sidelined for we'll see how long, but they need another guy to, I think, kind of look at the other guys in the face and be like, let me show you how to catch a freaking football. This is how you do it. I mean, I'm sure Edgar Bennett has worked on it extensively with these receivers.
Or his new receivers are going to go, good luck, buddy.
Yeah.
Because we've been getting a lot of grief trying to catch these things. We can't wait to see you try. And we'll see if you come down with it or not.
You know how in baseball, obviously, for pitchers, they're always going to measure the mile per hour for the pitchers, right? Like, I feel like we need that for quarterbacks, too. Like, how fast is that pass going? And let's put that in comparison to some other guys that sling it. And
the 6-yard pass.
Right. I want to know, like, what was that miles per hour of those passes? Like, can't we put something in the ball, a little chip in the ball?
Look, I think Trevor has a lot more touch than Byron. But remember, Byron Leftwich, he was phenomenal at the deep throw. I mean, that guy could throw the deep ball as beautiful as anybody. But then he'd throw a little 5-yard pass to Fred and zing, it would bounce off his chest. You'd be like, yo, you got to slow it down a little bit. When they're that close.
Not everything has to be the heater, you know? Throw the changeup.
Yeah, you got to throw the changeup.
Well, I think with Jakobi, his reliability is the number one thing, you know? And I really do think he's going to be in the slot a lot because I think his versatility in there and his size is a little bit better than Parker. He's 6'2", 193, 200 pounds.
Bigger
yeah, he's bigger body. And that's what he was primarily when he was with New England as well. So I think that's a good security blanket, you know, especially with the number of guys down. I mean, it's going to be tough because Houston's going to play man-to-man, and we're going to have to get rid of the ball. And I think his body could cause some separation.
Well, like you said, they give up some yardage on the ground. Houston does, so hopefully we can use that running game like we did last week.
Same game,
really pound it, and try to open it up, and get the ball into Jakobi and the other guy's hand, whoever's healthy playing. But Parker will be out there. I hope. What has Diami got? An ankle?
Concussion.
Ooh. Okay. When did that happen?
Sometimes they cure.
Well, they're hoping Stroud cures quick, right? I mean, he's in the protocol too for the Texans, so that'd make a big difference. But whatever, we'll play whoever they put out there.
They showed Diami going. I forget exactly when it was in the game. They showed him going in the medical tent and said on the broadcast.
I'm trying to remember the hit. That's all I meant. Like, I don't remember the actual hit where he got drilled in the head, but I'm sure he's got it. What's that? What do you got?
Well, they gave us a C+ grade, and the Raiders are A-.
Yeah, I also see a B- for us.
Yeah.
And B
for the trade.
A 4th-round pick and a 6th-round pick.
Not for the concussion.
Yeah, I think mainly because the contract's done this year.
We needed him more than anything.
Yeah.
I mean, we need
supply and demand.
Bodies.
Man. Supply and demand. You need a receiver. You got to give up an extra pick.
But would you rather have Shaheed or Myers?
Shaheed.
Yeah,
he's a speedster.
So incredibly fast.
Yep.
But also, if you're Shaheed, you're thrilled that you're going to.
Yeah, he's like, get me out of here.
No doubt. Going to.
Honestly, both of these guys.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, and really, it's a lot better for Jakobi Meyers as well. All right, one segment to go. We'll bring you today's Terminix Pest of the Day. On the other side, it's Helmets and Heels on 10 to Nix on 92.5 FM.
Helmets and Heels.
From the Greenlaw Group Studios.
Big Chief Tire makes auto care more affordable with 6-month financing through the CFNA credit card. Frank Frangie here. Plus, get $50 off your first purchase when you sign up. Whether you need new tires, brake service, or general repairs, their expert technicians have you covered. With no interest for 6 months, now's the perfect time to take care of your vehicle. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to apply today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. From GFL, Green for Life.
Helmets and Heels Tuesday.
Litigated by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Hey, Jags fans, Tommy Mack here. Crown Royal is the official whiskey of the Jacksonville Jaguars. This season, it's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. Grab a glass with Crown Royal Rig at a stadium near you, because we'll be sharing the generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with generous spirit. Visit crownroyal.com/Royal Rig on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Please drink responsibly.
Stop wasting your money on bottled water and call Duck Duck Rooter. We can install a new water filtration system and softener at your home or business. Check out our 5-star Google reviews and give us a call today for a quote. DuckDuckRooter.com.
Hey guys, Taylor Dahl here of Helmets and Heels. It's a sauce kind of football season with Chick-fil-A chicken strips. Each crispy, juicy bite only gets better when you choose your favorite sauces to dip into and create your own flavor combinations. Will it be sriracha and ranch, honey and buffalo, barbecue, and Chick-fil-A sauce with 21 different sauce pairings possible? It's easy to go on a flavor adventure. Order in a 4-count, 10-count, or in a catering tray. Get an order started today in the Chick-fil-A app and dip on in.
This is Jeff Middlecoff with Cogent Bank. My associate Ryan Salem and I joined Cogent Bank because we wanted to revolutionize the mortgage business, just like Cogent Bank has revolutionized the banking business. So Ryan Salem and I are able to leverage the power and stability of Cogent Bank to go out and find our clients the best investors, the best products, and the best rates in the entire country for your particular mortgage loan. Of course, you don't have to be a customer at Cogent Bank to take advantage of our mortgage services to buy or refinance your home. We offer jumbo loans, VA, FHA, conventional, and investment loans. At Cogent Bank, we offer mortgages nationwide, so we can help you with a second home or help a family member who lives or is moving to another state. Call Ryan Salem or myself, Jeff Middlecoff, at Cogent Bank today, 904-442-9191, to see how we can help you with any of your mortgage loan needs, whatever or wherever they may be.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, Cogent Bank, NMLS ID 402296, Ryan Salem, NMLS ID 1182429, Jeff Middlecoff, NMLS ID 249086.
Ticket here for Action Garage Door. Nothing more frustrating than your garage door misfiring. When it does, I call Action Garage Door. They take action. Jeff Menard and crew, Jacksonville folks, not some big out-of-town chain. Something goes wrong with your garage door, take action. Check them out. Garage Door 911, GarageDoor911.com.
Hey, fellow Floridians, it's Ben.
And Brianna Smith. We are foodies who love sharing recipes online.
And trying new cooking techniques on our new natural gas stove.
He loves his precise temperature control on the heat.
Yeah, I also love saving money and using less energy.
Oh, watch that flame.
So, who loves to be in control?
Now earn up to a $300 cashback rebate for installing a new energy-efficient natural gas range or stovetop. To learn more, go to peoplesgas.com/rebates.
The best golfing weather of the year is upon us, and Hidden Hills Golf Club welcomes you to play your next round at our beautiful course. You'll enjoy our friendly service and the dramatic elevation changes at our Arnold Palmer Golf Design. Book today at hiddenhillsgc.com.
Keeping kids active is a full-time job for parents, so let I-9 Sports help. They've got winter and spring registration open right now for kids all over the First Coast to enjoy their favorite sports. Log on to i9sports.com and don't miss out on the upcoming seasons. Enter 1010 in the promo code.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
Come over here and sit next to me.
Tom McManus, Aaron Beasley, Taylor Dahl, RJ Saunders, I'm Lauren Brooks with you for just a few more minutes. It, by the way, does not look like A.J. Brown, the Eagles wide receiver, will be traded before the deadline. I know some people speculated about that because he's looked a little unhappy on the sidelines throughout this season, but nothing happening as far as I can tell. And certainly if there's any more breaking news, we will bring that to you. But
he's not reading books on the sideline this year?
Yeah, he's
got his full reading.
He's got his
list.
full attention on the field. You
Yeah.
got that right. All right, time now for today's Terminix Pests of the Day. Is always brought to you by our friends at Terminix. You can find them online at Terminix.com. That's TERMINIX.com. They come to our house as much as we need them to take care of any pest issues. Same that they do with Everbank Stadium, ViStar Ballpark, ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena, and all of your favorite event venues around town. Well, last night, Florida men's basketball, number 3 in the country, played Arizona, number 13 in the country. And granted, I'm spoiled. Florida had been on a 12-game winning streak to end last season. But Florida went 7 of 27 from beyond the arc.
Oof.
Yeah, 7 of 27 from beyond the arc. That's a core principle of Todd Golden's system, is being able to shoot from 3. The front court is all the same, like we talked about yesterday. Condon and Chinyelu and Hauk, and then Micah Hanlogton. They played tough, but Koa Pete, the Arizona freshman, he is ridiculously talented. He's a lot to handle. But I expected more of the backcourt guys, Boogie Flan and Xavier Lee. And Xavier, to start the game, had this gorgeous 3, and I thought, okay, here we go. These guys are going to be not as good, obviously, as the trio that departed last year with Walter Clayton Jr., Will Richard, and Elijah Martin, because all three of those guys are in the NBA. But, you can still be pretty good and hit important shots. And Boogie Flan late in the game had a chance for three and from the corner, and that did not go through. And again, I'm not whining that Florida lost. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you're going to have to get better from the arc to compete in the SEC. 7 of 27 is not good enough.
Yeah, I saw one of the stats earlier where it was talking about Florida's the third national champion since 2001 to open the following season with a high major non-conference opponent. And so they go back to Duke, Kentucky, Duke 2001, Kentucky 2012, and then Virginia's 2019 opener came versus an ACC team. So they definitely threw you guys straight into
Florida gets to make the schedules.
Yeah.
So they elected to take on some of these really difficult games.
Which good. I mean, you're the national champions. That's what you want to see.
Yeah. Florida travels to Duke, by the way, early December. So that'll be a fun
I wonder
game.
if Vegas messed with them like it did us.
Yeah, exactly.
But it only matters where you end. Because were they a top 25 team last year
Yes.
to start the season?
Florida was? Yeah.
Or they were very high, though. They weren't.
Yeah, no, they weren't.
They were
yeah,
like
but
25 and then made it all the way and won it.
They had made the postseason the year before, although early exit by
Maybe
Colorado
they shouldn't
State.
rank him so early.
In every sport, right?
Same with college
football.
football.
Yeah, kind of the same deal. Like, give him a chance.
It's a
to
great
get
idea,
going.
Tom.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, look. I mean, third in the
But
country. What was
seriously,
Arizona?
absolutely.
11, 13 in the country?
13, yeah.
13.
So, who
Yeah,
knows?
these
I
according
don't
to
know.
the
It's still
AP
early, though. You got a long time to go, but
For
it's
sure.
cool that it kicked off,
Yeah, tipped off last night.
That's
Very
you Gator
exciting
fans. You Gator
stuff.
fans want it all.
Hey, have you seen our football team? We're just asking for a little.
They're just trying to find a
little
coach right
better,
now.
perimeter shooting. All right, Bees. Thanks so much for hanging out with us
all
today.
right. Have a
Thanks,
good day.
Bees.
We'll
Yeah,
see you
man.
next Tuesday, and in just a moment we will welcome in the Frangie Show. But I have a feeling that Frank will also be slightly frustrated with the guard play, like I was last night. We were told that these people, these two guys, are going to be elite, and so they just need to play just a little bit better. As far as the season is concerned. Also, JU opened up its basketball season last night. The men's team did, and just lost to Miami 86-69. And then, like you heard Max's update, Florida will take on or play host to North Florida later this week. Let's say hello to the Frankie Show.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
I wasn't whining, but 7 of 27 from beyond the arc is just not good enough, okay?
Yeah, I watched. Lauren, you said something. Lauren and I were texting earlier. You said, "I'm not used to losing."
Basketball team.
We were 30.
Right.
You're a good point. We were 36-4 last year.
Yeah.
Well, we're already we're one of those losses already, Tom. I mean, for 4 losses like the whole season last year.
Better turn it around quick.
Yeah, that's right.
Get it going.
I think it'll be.
Both Boogie, because Boogie Fland, I remember, was that bigger move that happened. What, Xavier Lee, where did he
Princeton.
come? Princeton. Okay. I was
Yeah,
trying to remember
they're
where
gonna
he
be
came
fine.
from. Yeah.
That was 2 really good teams.
Yeah,
last
I really
year.
just I used the pest of the day to be
Yeah.
able to talk about Florida basketball
Yeah.
and sneak that in before the show ended. All right, Jakobi Meyers to the Jags.
Yeah. First, let me tell you. Did you guys think the same thing? God, it's good to be buying.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter, regardless of who you buy, instead of, we're going to play for next year and let's trade, let's get some draft picks. Because we'll
Looking
get in
at the mock
draft,
drafts.
We'll look at the mock draft. Isn't it great that they're buying because they're trying to win because they're that's what I took out of this. Regardless of who it was, this is a team trying to go get players to try and win this year. So I love that.
If they didn't win Sunday, would they be buyers still, Frank?
Great question.
What do you think?
Isn't that a great?
It's wild how good.
I
maybe
don't
not.
I don't know, maybe not.
Right.
Yeah, I think
that's
that I think that tipped ball at the end of the game. That's a great question, Tom. Because what would they have done? I think I thought all along, if they made a move, it'd be for a defensive tackle. I thought all along that's what they would do if there was a move to be made. But receivers start dropping like flies.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. What they ended the game with. So I think Jakobi Meyers is a pretty good player.
Yeah.
Now look, they've got between Greg Newsome and Jakobi Meyers and De'Ami Brown. That's a lot of guys who are on expiring contracts.
Right.
So that means you can either re-up one or all of them, or you can really rebuild your team again next year because you got a lot of guys who are in contract years. So, but Lauren, I think he's a good player. I think he will help them. He's kind of a little change of direction guy, which I kind of like. Yet he can run. So I like it. I like it a lot.
Well, good. What's coming up?
Well, we'll certainly talk about this. We'll talk about the Jags. Let's talk about the Gators a little bit. Jeff Dantzler checks in to talk SEC football, as he always does. He's a big Georgia guy, so we'll talk about Georgia, Florida. We've got a Duval County Scholar athlete coming in, so a whole bunch of stuff. Hayes, one more day of vacation, so Hacker joins me, and we kick it off in just a bit.
Perfect. Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Yeah, the trade deadline now 5 minutes away.
Yep.
So if you're expecting any more splashes, then they will come during the Frangie Show.
The next 5 minutes.
That is correct.
Maybe.
All right, that'll do it for us today. For Aaron Beasley, Tom McManus, Taylor Dahl, RJ Saunders, I'm Lauren Brooks. These heels are made for talking. We will talk to you tomorrow, but don't go anywhere. The Frangie Show is next right here on 10 to Next on 92.5 FM.